Whoa, hey. Whoa, hey. Whoa, hey. Whoa. Under the lights, where the warriors ride. Friday night fire, feel the pioneer pride. From the first down fight to the final bell. Where Boswell born, you know the name well. It's football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed pioneer pride.
In the flames, ball games, Pioneers are going to walk out of here.
From snap to sack, from pass to run, we bring the heat till the battle's won. In the trenches or the open field, we play for the brand. We never yield. Jim, how it's called, brings the game to life. Peyton P with the inside cutting like a knife. Keith Demon breaks it down, tells you what's in store. Boswell's belts on the mic, who could ask for more? It's football Friday night with the heart, the grit, the might. Boswell Pioneers take flight. We play for the brand all day, all night. Slobber Friday night.
Good evening and welcome to Boswell Sports for tonight's District 3 6A matchup between the North Crowley Panthers and your Boswell Pioneers. We are live at Crowley Stadium. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Howard and I will be doing color tonight, and joining me in the booth, Peyton Peterson, our play-by-play man. Hello, Peyton.
Hello, Jim.
And then at the helm, our producer, Keith Diamond.
Hello, fellas.
Hello, Keith. And then, of course, down on the field, our lovely and talented photographer, Sandy Howard. Big night for the Boswell Pioneers, who their playoff hopes are still up in the air. But they got a big challenge tonight as they face the defending state champion, North Crowley Panthers. Tonight's game, of course, moved because of weather, but no problem tonight. It's 69 degrees and not a threatening cloud in sight. There are clouds, but no threatening clouds. The wind is out of the west at about 10 miles an hour, but I don't think that'll have much of an effect down inside this beautiful stadium. Man, Peyton, this is one of my favorites in the district is North Crowley and the multi-purpose. They went from the worst to the best.
Yeah, Jim. I mean, I remember back in the day, we were sitting up in it wasn't even a press box. We were standing outside. We were in the stands, basically. I feel like we're at a middle school football game. Even worse. I mean, I've seen Pee Wee stadiums better than what we used to be in. But yeah, man, the complete transition of this stadium, it's unbelievable. You said it's your favorite in the district. It's honestly my favorite in the entire state of Texas.
Yep.
Seriously, I've been to McKinney ISD. Their stadium's great. It doesn't beat this. It doesn't have that catwalk. I've been to Allen. Allen's great. It doesn't beat this. I've been, to like Sci-Fair down in Cypress. Really good. Doesn't beat this. This stadium is unbelievable. And then I was pulling in today. They're building an indoor track and field stadium. That's like college level facilities. It's just unbelievable. And look, I mean, it's just going to drive more and more families to come over here to Crowley, and you're seeing the success. So
craziness. I tell you what, beautiful stadium, beautiful weather. Got a big game on tap for tonight. We're going to take a quick break, and we will recognize our sponsors when we come back. Peyton will break down this game and more. Stay with us here on Boswell Sports.
Off of 73335 down on Boat Club Road, there's a place folks gather and let their troubles unload. Red's Barbecue delights under a Texas sky, with brisket, sausage ribs, and chicken fried. Juicy burger stacking high, Red's fries on my plate. Flavor so rich my mouth can't wait. Pay the man, he's got the magic touch. A bite of heaven, it's never too much. Oh, Red's Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite. Chicken fried steak, crispy and brown, the tastiest food in our little town. Sauce is poured with love, smoking so fine. Every meal there is a grand old time, with friends and tunes under the barbecue lights, laughing and eating through the warm summer nights. Grill marks are painted, a culinary art. Red's Barbecue knows the way to my heart. Oh, Red's Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite. Barbecue, make you move like a cow. Tasting Texas pride, no stopping now. From sun up to sundown, this place feels right. Red's Barbecue, every single bite.
Click, flash, the moment's gone, but with Sandy it still lives on. Jan Friday nights and birthday cake, kosher weddings full of love we make. The senior smiles, friends so true, every shot is just for you. It's only you, just live it, she'll come through, capturing the moment so you don't have to. Sandy's Sandy's action photography, memories in Sandy's action photography, memories in motion. Click, flash, the moment's gone, but with Sandy it still lives on. Jan Friday nights and birthday cake.
Sandy's action photography is there to capture the moments you find dear. She is there to make sure you never miss those important moments that will last a lifetime. From the field to chapel, let her do the work for you. Sandy's action photography has been a pioneer favorite for 20 years. Contact us for your special event at saj872@yahoo.com or call us at 817-253-9510 today.
Sandy's action photography, memories in motion.
Thinking about saving money on insurance? Think no more. The answer is Lone Star Insurers, a Paul Jacobs agency. We have just the right coverage for you. Auto, home, health, life, recreational vehicles, and more. See how we can save you money on your monthly premiums with these products. All State, Progressive, MetLife, Mercury, and Unitrade. Call today for a free quote. Lone Star Insurers is locally owned. Find them at 8101 Boat Club Road, 325, Fort Worth, Texas 76179, or call them at 817-236-2886.
Oh, oops.
All right, welcome back. As Peyton, again, we've got a good one on tap here tonight. Of course, North Crowley, it's no secret, defending state champions are heavily favored in this game. What do you got for us?
Yeah, Jim. I mean, this is the 5th team in the state currently at the 6A level, and look, man, it's a tall task for the Pioneers. And as you look at their schedule right now throughout the season, especially district play, it's now becoming to a point where they're going to have to go steal a win, especially after that loss to Mansfield Legacy heartbreaker 2 weeks ago. And it all starts tonight. I mean, you look at the current district standings here at 3-6A. Yeah, they're 1 game out of Mansfield Legacy, but in theory, they're 2 games out because they have to be 1 game above them in order to win. Even in a tiebreaker, they're not going to win a tiebreaker just because of how minuscule their win was over Crowley. And then you look at North Crowley, how they played this year. Look at those scores. 22-18 win over Lancaster, 36-27 over DeSoto. Denton Geyer was a tight one, 28-17. Rockwall, their lone loss, which is a shocker, bit of a shocking one, that one. But then they turn right back around and really, really dominated district play against 2 Mansfield teams in Legacy and Lake Ridge. And look, Lake Ridge is no slouch in this district. That's going to be the 2nd best team in the district. And then you look at their recruits. Look at just take a look at this board. We're going to keep this up here, Keith. Just take a look at this.
You got it. Tell me when.
We've got 6, 7, 8, 9 guys that are heavily recruited. And of these 9 guys, 152 Division I offers, 3 4-star recruits, 5 3-star recruits, and that kid, Braylon Cunningham, the freshman, he doesn't even get stars yet because he's a freshman.
Right.
But he's got 4 Division I offers, and it just tells you a whole lot. Turntine on the offensive line, heading to Texas. Bradshaw, who just won Homecoming King, congrats to him. He's heading to Texas Tech. He's over at safety. Thomas Cook Jr. heading to Colorado State. He's at corner. These are guys, and you look at Beasley. He's got loads of offers. Uganzi, loads of offers. Those are all guys just on the defensive side of the football. Then you look at their juniors. Jeremy Cooper, 4-star recruit. Jerry Outhouse Jr., 4-star recruit. They've got 2 safeties that are heavily recruited and will be playing Power 4 football in the next 2 seasons. And then Braylon Cunningham, who plays both ways, does a little bit of the kick returning as well for them. He's got an offer to Penn State and Ohio State out of his 4 offers, and he's just a freshman. He can't even drive yet, Jim. Can't even drive yet. And he's already got everything kind of figured out. So he's kind of that guy, I think, that has the most potential out of all these dudes that could really thrive at the Division I level. But this team overall, it's crazy to think. I think they're better on paper than they were last year, and they were regarded to as one of the best high school football teams of all time last season with just how dominant they were. So it's going to be a tall task for the Pioneers tonight. But here's the thing. Offensively for the North Crowley, something to keep your eye on. Really, really, really run the football. That's their bread and butter. They've got 2 guys that have really, really done their job, and that's Keontae Ingram, 790 yards on the ground this season, 6.99 yards per carry. Is that good? 6.99?
Good.
10 touchdowns on the year. And then Jyrell Smith, their other tailback, 499 yards on the ground, 7.56 yards per carry, also 10 touchdowns. So 2 running backs, 10 touchdowns on the ground. Very good yards per carry. Both of them combined are over 1,200 yards rushing, and the season isn't even close to over yet. So it's 2-headed monster for them. They can really run the football. Passing-wise, you got Hayes Cloutier. This kid, very good throwing the football, 836 yards through the area, 11 touchdowns. But something that I think has kind of caught my eye when looking at this team and how they've played throughout the season. This may be a game, and in years past when Boswell has played North Crowley, it's been they need to stop the pass. They need to prevent anything downfield. Tonight, Boswell needs to heavily focus on stopping the run and try and make North Crowley beat them through the air, because if this game turns out to be a close one, it's going to be because North Crowley is having to throw the football and Boswell's really stopping them up front. But Boswell's going to have their
Man, a big
have their
test.
hands full. This is their toughest test of the season, and this is a North Crowley bunch where, I mean, you saw how many guys that are seniors are heavily recruited. These are guys that were on that team last year. Those kids that were juniors, they were on that team last year. I mean, this is guys that won a state championship last year, and they've got experience, and they've got that dominance, and they've got a really good head coach in Ray Gates, who's just completely flipped this program
really
on its
built
head.
this good group here.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, Jim, it was Crowley. Crowley was the team of this district that we really had our eyes on. Yeah, North Crowley won a state championship in 2003, but it was always, yeah, it's Crowley's district. It's Crowley's district. It's North Crowley's district now, and it's all because of Ray Gates and what he's done ever since he's come over here. And look, Jim, I mean, you look at it, 13th in the state, and according to Max Preps, they're 5th in classification for 6A. This is a tall task for the Pioneers, but look, I think the biggest thing for Boswell tonight is to not go away from what has worked over the last few weeks. And Jim, we all know it's that three-headed monster. That three-headed monster of Juju, Jace Richardson, and Chance Lasser. You have to continue to try and use that formula to win. But I also think just because this is going to be a tall task, don't be afraid to throw the football. Don't be afraid to do things that you've been uncomfortable with in the past, because you're going to have to pull out every single tool in the toolbox to win this football game tonight.
The other stat there you see in my notes, North Crowley 7-0 all time against Boswell. Boswell has never beaten North Crowley. They're ranked 13th in the state, which shocked me a little bit. Boz, you see there at 318. So you can see a little bit of the mismatch here. First met in 2004. Last year's game, North Crowley blew Boswell out 60-0.
Yep.
Let's see if they can get on the board tonight. And of course, as we said before, defending state champions. North Crowley, perfect season last year, 16-0, 6-0 in district. A little bit of a tarnish this year with the 5-1 and the 3-0. Of course, the loss to Rockwall, who's a really good football team.
Really good. Yeah, really. Rockwell's a good team. And honestly, it was one that shocked everybody around the state. And it may just be one of those things where it was a one-off game. You know, some teams have those kind of big question marks in games. But look, Jim, I mean, North Crowley, this is a tall task again for the Pioneers tonight. And we're not up here saying that it's going to be an expected win for North Crowley or by any means. But we've seen the Pioneers in the past really step up in these type of games. And we're not saying, oh, you know, Pioneers going to come out and win tonight. But we've seen Boswell being the underdog many, many, many times over. And you always bring up Eaton game. That Eaton game a few years ago when they were 30-plus point underdogs and came out and punched them in the mouth. There was people, and we've got a few of them next to us in Dave Campbell's, that were predicting Eaton to go win the state championship that year. Right. They lost in round one. So anything can happen when you go lace them up and go onto the field. Now you just got to go play the game. You can do all the talking you want. We can talk all the things we want. You can look at all the game film you want. But all that matters is what happens in between those lines. But I'd look for Coach Weaver and Coach Freeman to pull some bags and tricks out of their bag tonight, because I think they're going to need it.
Hey, let's look at the Boswell Pioneers. We looked at the North Crowley. We know what they can do.
Yep.
Let's look at your Boswell Pioneers playing much better than what they did last year.
100%.
You see Juju Lords there leads the team in passing with 123 attempts, 671 yards, and 4 TDs, 3 interceptions. But I think he's been playing really good.
Honestly.
And he's only a junior.
He's only a junior. And Jim.
And you'll see that a lot with the Boswell Pioneers. I think 3/4 of their starters are juniors.
Yeah, so this is going to be a really good bunch returning next year. But what I like about Juju Lords is you look at the 60% completion percentage. He wasn't even close to that last year. He's proven to be really efficient in the pocket and how he's throwing the football. And look, we got that 4 touchdown to 3 interception ratio. One of those was we can kind of throw out of the bag. There's been another one that was a tip drill as well. So you hate to look and go, oh, it's stat board.
So you're telling me he's down.
Essentially, yeah, essentially. But then you look at Jace Richardson. This kid has come out of nowhere since the injury of Lassiter. 5.4 yards per carry, 103 yards per game. It's dominant. Look at this. I wish we had an illustrator here.
So Jace Richardson is leading the team. 134 carries, 725 yards. 6 100-plus games, 5 TDs,
Yeah.
but throw that all out the window because he's not playing tonight.
Really?
Yeah. Coach told us on Tuesday night that he is out. That hit that he took 3 weeks ago was savage. The one where he had popped his helmet
Yeah.
off, took it in the chest, re-aggravated that against Mansfield Legacy. So, yeah, they gave him another extra week to rest, and so he will not get the call tonight. But who will get the call is the second part of that three-headed monster, Chance Laster. 81 carries, 288 yards, 4 TDs. Hasn't had a 100-yard game yet, but they've used him a lot in the passing game, trying to get him out in space. I'd like to see him do that again. Anthony Hummer's going to see a lot of action tonight as well.
Yeah, Hummer's a guy that I've actually been impressed with in some of the carries he's had this year. And you look at the 3.42 yards per carry, doesn't really jump off the page at all, but he's been kind of efficient when he's been in there in the game. But Peyton Rhodes, he's really stepped up, I think, over the last few weeks. You look at his numbers, 267 yards receiving, 8.34 yards per reception. These numbers don't really jump off the page at all, especially when you look at the yards per game. But he's made some big time catches on third down, especially third and short, really across the middle on those slants. And he's going to be a guy that I think that really needs to step up. But you just mentioned it. Lassiter, he's also been another secret weapon that they've been able to utilize in the passing game. He's going to be also, I think, really, really needed tonight to win this football game.
Yeah, you look at the quarterback comparison here. I mean, if you didn't know the two teams that were playing, you would say, hey, they're fairly, fairly even. The quarterback rating's a little different, but Jenkins has one less interception. He's got 4 more touchdown passes, but the yardage is pretty close. The attempts, who knows what's going to happen to him.
Yeah, like I said, Jim, if they can just find a way to dominate and stop the run, you never know what can happen in this football game.
And it's going to be the key for the Boswell Pioneers tonight is going to be the trenches. That offensive line for Boswell has done a good job.
Yep.
And
they just got through announcing the referees, so that's why I went ahead and threw that graphic up.
Yep, that crew tonight is the Kelly Martinez crew, along with the umpire Chuck Flynn, head lineman David Fields. We've seen him before. He actually, I think, is a ex-Boswell Pioneer. And then line judge Ty Fair, field judge Jason Pierce, side judge is Mike Powell, and the back judge Dominic Anaya.
Are you saying that there's some politics?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've seen him there at Pioneer Stadium before, and talk about impartial.
He would never do that. Pioneers are always fair and impartial every time that they're out there.
Crowd starting to fill in. Of course, on our shot right there with the big Braden Meeson head cut out.
That's a big fan right there.
Yeah, that's not just a fan. She's a super fan.
Woo!
She's all the way from London, England.
Unbelievable.
So she's come all the way from London, England, flew out here just to catch this game here at North Crowley. So shout out if you ever hear us talk about Stephanie Crayland, that's Stephanie, and we're glad to have her with us. Our captains are on the field now for Boswell tonight. Starts from left to right is number 40, Anthony Villarreal, and number 1, of course, that's Peyton Rhodes. Number 64 is Big Braden Meeson. And trying to get the other captain there, I think, is that number 8?
Hey, Jim, do you want to
That would
change
be Chance Lassiter.
the scene to... Sorry.
And so it looks like the Pioneers won the toss. And they will elect to receive.
Wow.
So Peyton, they want to test out that Crowley defense first.
I think it's smart too for Coach Weaver to do that. In a game like this, you know you're the heavy underdog. You have to go out there and try to punch them in the mouth early and try to get them off their toes and out of their rhythm to start the football game. And why not go for it first?
And let's face it, the strength of this Boswell Pioneer football team is that offense.
Yep.
So we'll see what they can do.
Here's just another look at the captains.
Well, this is actually the starting offensive
Starting
line.
off-
The starting
line.
offensive line for the Pioneers.
Yep, or the starting offense for Boswell.
Here comes the Pioneers out of the big inflatable Boswell Pioneer tunnel.
Looks like it's Marquise Villarreal running the flag tonight for Boswell. Here comes the Panthers. After they come out of the tunnel, then we will have the national anthem. There's our own Sandy Howard getting ready to take the pictures, which she will post this weekend of this game. And if you've missed any, we got them on our Facebook page and the albums. Those are free. You are more than welcome to capture those. As she captures a moment for you.
Beautiful night for football, Jim. We're getting into those true fall temperatures here.
Hey, speaking of which, that makes me think about that infamous game, the game that you and I called at the old Crowley Stadium, where it was 28 degrees outside, and we're standing out on the film deck calling the game.
Yep.
This is a little bit different.
Much different, much nicer, and they feed you good here too.
Good temperature out there though tonight. 69 degrees. No rain expected tonight. And so that's why they changed the original schedule. They were supposed to play last night, but with storms coming in, they were afraid that it would push them into Saturday, and neither team wanted to do that.
I applaud them too.
Yeah,
got a big Kansas State game on Saturday.
All right, we will pause for the national anthem.
And at this time, please remain standing and remove your hats in honor of America as the North Crowley Panther Band, under the direction of Chris Temple, performs our national anthem.
All right, here we go. Peyton, take it away.
Alrighty, Jim. We are ready to go from Crowley ISD Stadium, as this first quarter is sponsored by Red's Barbecue. Hopefully we hear a lot of Red's Barbecue Red Zones tonight.
7335
yeah.
Boat Club Road. Go see Amy and Justin. And also on Tuesdays, come see us when we do the coaches show. We've only got a couple more weeks of that left, so
We have one more left from Reds.
one more left from Reds.
Yep, one more left from Reds.
Oh, that's right. That last one
The
is your
November one will be,
swan song.
yep, that'll be live from the lecture hall at Boswell High School.
Dude, if you want to
All
get
right,
some
this
Reds
is
right
your-
now, you could Uber Eats it, DoorDash.
And this is your all county property kickoff.
Boswell Pioneers will receive the football, as we mentioned in the pregame. Jace Richardson, the leading rusher for the Pioneers, is out tonight. So the original starting running back for Boswell, Chance Lassiter, will be manning the carries tonight for the running backs. And all of a sudden, the weight becomes a lot on Chance Lassiter's shoulders, but also on Juju Lords, who has kind of filled into that third role in the running in the running game. They will need his arm tonight if the Pioneers
And
want
his legs, I think.
and his legs if they want to become victorious.
I think he's going to be the X factor.
Yeah, he would be the much needed guy if they want to pull off an historic upset. This would be an historic upset
absolutely.
of many numbers and
Earth-shattering.
change the entire trajectory of the Pioneers season. As we're waiting for the kickoff here. We're experiencing some delay. I think we're having a music issue here. I think we're being delayed because they can't get the music to turn off here.
Because they're eating already.
Eating on the air.
So we make it the entire Young Boys song to play. For those that are Young Boy fans, we're going to listen to the whole song and wait. An interesting delay here to start this one.
Yeah, they were in here earlier in the booth, and it's kind of cool because I think we'll actually have crowd noise tonight.
Yeah, it is nice to not have to put a microphone outside and hang it.
They came in and they tested, we listened to in the headset. Pretty cool.
I've got district scores lined up for tonight, as well as the state top 10 in 6A. So we've got those that are playing anyways.
We are underway from Crowley ISC Stadium. The Pioneers will fair catch it at the 23-yard line, and that is where the Boswell offense will take over against the number 5 ranked team in 6A, North Crowley, and the defending state champions, who have a load
of talent,
especially on the defensive side of the football. We talked about the guys that they have: Aaron Bradshaw at safety, DJ Beasley, the defensive tackle, Thomas Cook Jr. at corner, Donovan Ugonze, defensive end, Jerry Outhouse Jr. at safety, and we may see a little bit of Braylon Cunningham, the freshman, as well.
Look at it. I thought they were going to go empty there for a minute.
So here we go. Loud crowd here at Crowley ISC Stadium. Fake handoff throws, and that one is incomplete, intended for Peyton Rhodes. And that's just good defense there from North Crowley. But, Jim, you have to like Boswell coming out the gate throwing the football here, huh?
Yeah, not afraid. That's what you got to do.
So Boswell now go trips to the right with a one receiver to the left. Here's a handoff to Lassiter. Gets gain of a couple.
2, yeah.
Gain of 2. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. And the Boswell Pioneers are going to be hoping to get the first down here and avoid a quick 3 and out to start this one after electing to receive the football. Juju in the gun with Lassiter to his right. Juju rolling out to the right side, looking downfield, scanning, throws. This one is caught out of bounds, just short of the first down. He's going to be about 2 yards short, it looks like.
Peyton Rhodes.
Yeah, Peyton Rhodes on the reception. And Jim, what do you do here? 4th and 2. You're a heavy underdog. I think Coach Weaver and the Pioneers are going to go for it.
This is tough.
It is tough.
Because if you don't get it, you give them a very short field.
100%. I think Coach Weaver may just be looking at it at the case of, this is a heavy underdog. We need to get something going. Here's a keeper for Juju Lords. Keeper. First down and more on the read option. And then play call works out. The Pioneers have a new set of downs.
Hey, why not? What do you got to lose?
The Boswell Pioneers came into this one as heavy underdogs, over 30-point underdogs. So we talked about it in the pregame, have to pull out every trick in the bag. They go for it on 4th and 2, and I think their game plan was probably 4th and short. We're going to go for it. And they did. Here's a handoff to Lassiter around the right side. Good gain. He's going to get about 3 out to the 50.
Yeah, not bad. Broke a tackle out there on the edge. His number, Lacey Brock, number 20, tried to get out there on the edge and tackling him. And just Chance Lassiter showing he's got a lot of strength.
So they'll actually mark him at the 49-yard line instead. So they'll give him an extra yard. That's where the nose of the football sits. 2nd and 7 for Boswell. Here's a fake handoff. Throws it to the left. It's dropped.
Oh, Colton Coursey. And that is uncharacteristic of Coursey. Coursey is usually pretty clutch.
Yeah, Coursey had blockers ahead of him, too. It was just a designed little screen out there to the left. So now it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 from the 49. And the Pioneers, Jim, have already shown that they're willing to go for it on 4th and 2. You may be thinking here, if they get a out 3 or 4, they may do it again.
And for some reason, fellas, instant replay is not working again.
So instant replay, just a few errors here tonight. Here's a fake handoff. Juju throws incomplete, intended for Peyton Rhodes.
Yep.
And Jim, I think he had him right there. Peyton Rhodes looked like he had a step on number 7, Elijah Houston. It would have been right at the sticks, and probably they would have gone for it if he was short, but the punting unit will now come out and punt this football away.
Really not a bad call. Crowley was bringing the house.
Yeah, they brought the house, and Peyton Rhodes ran a really good route, had a step on him. Juju just missed him. A rare miss this season from Juju. The Pioneers will punt this one away. It's actually a good punt. And it'll be returned at the 10. That's how you drops to a knee. So a good punt for the Pioneers.
Good coverage on special teams.
So North Crowley will take over after getting a stop at the 49-yard line. And they will now take over from their own 10. And, Jim, we talked about it in the pregame as well. Their main man on the offensive line, John Turntime III, heading to Texas. Offensive guard, the big number 50. He's the guy that really gets the running game going, led by Keontae Ingram and Jyrell Smith. They are a 2-headed monster back there at the running back position.
Pioneers going to have to tackle like they've never tackled before.
So North Crowley, fake handoff, throws it to the right. And the Pioneers will stop him about a yard short of the 1st down. So North Crowley comes out throwing the football to number 81, who does not have a name. For North Crowley, he does have a name, but with no name on the roster. And it looks like there's a penalty.
We have a flag on the play?
Yeah, there's a penalty, and it looks like it's going to be against North Crowley. So it's an illegal man downfield for North Crowley. And interesting enough, Jim, Lorenzo Cruz is in at quarterback. He's the one that threw the football. We have not seen Lorenzo Cruz throw the football for North Crowley this year. He's their receiver, but he's playing quarterback. Keontae Ingram, their leading rusher, is in the game. 1st down and 15. Here's a handoff to Ingram. Big hole. Ingram may take this one to the house. He's got 2 men to beat. He's brought down well into Pioneer territory, and that is why Keontae Ingram leads their team in rushing.
Pioneer defense had them backed up against their own goal, and it's the story of the big plays. That's been the problem all year.
So here's a handoff, a good tackle there for the Pioneers. It looked like that was
54.
Number 54, Alex Kelly. Good tackle, another junior for Boswell.
Keith, let's roll the defense for Boswell.
Bring up a 2nd and 9. Here is the Pioneer defense. Your starting defense for Boswell tonight. Cruz looks, throws it to the right. Pioneers all over it again on the bubble screen.
Again, Isidore there.
Yeah, so Isidore with a good tackle. North Crowley brought it out to the 38-yard line, so they're going to have a 3rd down and about 6. We'll give them 5. So 3rd and 5 for North Crowley, and they've shown that they're not afraid to go for it at these spots in the field. Cruz in the gun. They're going to hand it. No. Yeah, they will hand it off. Pioneers all over it. Broke a tackle. He's going to be about a yard short, or are they going to give him the first down? I think they will.
Well, Pioneers had good pressure again that time. Busted through the line. Actually made the running back Ingram cut back to the right. But unfortunately, they were able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, they had Keontae Ingram stopped as well, I think, Jim. It's just a broken tackle from a really quick back. And that has been one of the biggest errors for the Pioneers in open space, has been the open field tackling. As it'll be a first down and 10 for North Crowley. They'll move Keontae James out in motion. Cruz throws it wide open on the seam, but it's dropped. Wow, wide open. That was Jermaine Cooper, who had nothing but the end zone ahead of him.
Yeah.
That's a rare drop, Jim. Jermaine Cooper, he's a 4-star recruit. Those balls are typically caught.
North Crowley seems like they're coming out just a little flat.
Yeah, a little bit flat.
They had the big run, but Pioneer defense has so far stepped up.
Keontae Ingram to the right of Cruz. Low snap. Hands it off to, no, Cruz will keep it on the run. It looked like a busted play, but it's going to work out. It will be a first down for Lorenzo Cruz.
And again, Nate Rosales gets in there, gets into the backfield, but just not able to make the play.
Yeah, and Jim, I think that really just led to because of the busted play. Sometimes those busted plays actually kind of work out for an offense because it throws the defense off.
Yeah, because at this level, you got these kids reading keys.
Yeah.
And so the keys aren't there.
You can't read. They're not reading a ball on the ground.
Right.
So Keontae Ingram to the left. Cruz looks, throws out to the left side. Good tackle there.
Job.
That was number 21, Isaac Bondonga on the tackle.
Yeah, nice job by Bondonga right there.
There will be a gain of about 6 for North Crowley. So it'll be a 2nd and 4 coming up. As
They can get a first down if they make it to the 10.
They are continuing to march down the field here. Low snap again, having some issues. Hand off to Ingram. He's got nowhere to go. Going to try to redirect, and the Pioneers going to have a big stop.
Nice job that time on the busted play.
So they'll lose a few yards, and it's going to set up a 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, North Crowley center going up against Big Uribe, number 77 for the Pioneers, struggling a little bit.
And that's some Uribe. He's a guy that he's honestly one of the biggest nose tackles, not just in the district, but in the area.
Big kid.
Yeah, you don't usually see a kid that size at this level playing nose tackle. Cruz fake handoff, passing down, throws it to the left side. It's the wrong route.
Oh, man.
It's the wrong route, so their receiver runs the wrong route, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 8.
Yeah, that was number 81, who is not on the roster, but he zigged when he should have zagged because he was wide open.
Yeah, they had it, but so North Crowley's showing a lot of errors on this drive despite moving down the field on the Pioneers, and now we got a 4th down and 8. And if Boswell can get a stop here, you got to feel really good about yourself.
You got to feel real good, especially against this offense.
So Cruz with Ingram to his left on 4th down and 8. And it's a full start.
Full start.
So full start on the left tackle.
The left tackle, number 50.
But that's turn time. So the big players are making some big mistakes here. Jermaine Cooper dropped the wide open touchdown pass. And now turn time. Moves early and forces a false start. Now we got a 4th down and 13, but North Crowley proving again that they're not afraid of the down of distance against the Pioneers. A big 4th down.
A stop here is as good as a punt.
Back to pass. Cruz looking. A lot of time. Throws it in the end zone. It's picked up by the Pioneers. It's going to be brought out of the end zone and brought down at the 21-yard line. So a turnover forced by Boswell. A flag is down, though.
Yeah, that pick was Armani Jones.
So Armani Jones intercepts the football in the end zone and brought it out to the 21-yard line. And all of a sudden, Jim, the Pioneers have some life to serve.
Got a little bit of mogo. Armani Jones, just a sophomore.
Yeah, just a sophomore.
One of the few sophomores playing on this still relatively young football team for the Boswell Pioneers.
I'll tell you what.
A quick shout out to Renee, who's cheering from Northwest Arkansas.
And a fumble snap. Juju keeps it. Juju made something out of nothing and
Oh,
come
gets-
to the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Again, one of those busted plays that, kids are going, okay, what is
am I
this? We
kidding
haven't
on?
seen this on film.
So a bit of a weird start to this football game. We're almost midway through the first quarter here. And the story has been the Pioneers have played very much better than what people thought on offense. North Crowley has made a lot of mistakes for a defending state championship team.
Pioneers just going to take their time here.
So Lassiter to the left of Juju. They'll fake the handoff, throws it across, and it's
Almost
incomplete.
picked. That was intended for
Jaden Barboza.
Barboza.
And I'll tell you what,
Man, they almost jumped the route.
they almost did, but if Barboza would have got his hands on that, Jim, I know we don't have the replay. Barboza could have easily taken that well into North Carolina territory because they just brought their safeties up on that play. So
Yeah.
3rd down and 10 now for Boswell.
Yeah, Houston, therefore, the Panthers had a beat on it. Couldn't come up with
So
it.
Chance Lassiter has not gotten a carry on this drive or the ball at all.
Here comes the blitz.
Juju back to pass.
Ooh.
Looking under pressure, makes a good move. Juju throws on the run. Down the field, it's caught. 1st down and 4. 23rd down at the 15-yard line. What a ball from Juju Lords.
That's
And number
true.
88, Porter
Stevenson.
Stevenson.
Porter Stevenson with
We're
a
going to
good
get a
catch.
replay, I think, here.
No, we're not.
replay. No replay. But my goodness,
I
Jim.
had the camera all over the place.
Jim, my goodness. Juju Lords
No,
made an
that's-
unbelievable play.
that's the-
He was pressured, made a big juke, and a good ball.
Here we
Juju
go.
hands it off to Lassiter. To the left side, he's going to get it about 2. And man, it feels like the life has just really been
Man.
sucked out of here. And it is homecoming night. Remember this, Jim. It's homecoming night here. So there
Well,
could
and
be
the
some
other-
distractions here in this game.
And then you flip it on the other side. Boswell's had 2 weeks off.
Yep.
They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They watched a lot of film. This squad, even though they come in as a heavy underdog, they also have a lot of confidence.
So a 2nd down and 7 now from the 12. We're scoreless as we're at like 5 minutes close in this game. Juju, fake handoff, throws, and it looked like just a busted route as it was intended for Peyton Rhodes.
Yeah, Peyton Rhodes. And that's one of his favorite routes is coming across on that slant route.
And so 3rd down and 7 here, Jim. Pioneers are in field goal range. What are you expecting them to do here on this 3rd down and 7? I mean, you got to
Pick
be
up the
thinking
first
that,
down.
get the 1st down. But do you think that they would take the points here and go up 3-0? So Juju in the gun. Fakes a hand. No, he will hand it off to Lassiter. He tried to make something out of nothing, but he loses a yard.
Wow.
So it will bring up a 4th down and 8. And I think the field goal unit will come out. And Jim, you'll take this, I think, against this opponent. Going to get points with 4:48 left here in the first quarter. As I think we do have replay back, so that
I'm
is nice
getting
to see.
some replay.
So here's that last run from
kinda-
Lassiter.
I kind of fixed it a little bit. We'll
So the
have to-
Pioneers will come out for a field goal here. As
So
they've
Ben
got
Perez.
they have the marker down at the 20-yard line. So it'll be a 30-yard field goal for Boswell.
From the middle.
Good snap, good hold. And the Pioneers
good.
are on the board.
Pioneers strike first.
So the Pioneers, 4:18 left here in the first quarter, lead the number 5 team in the state, North Crowley, 3-0.
And there are shockwaves all over the Metroplex.
So Boswell put together a really good offensive drive. I think it was capped off by just an unbelievable play from Juju Lords. He had pressure all in his face, made a good move to avoid the sack, and threw an unbelievable ball on the run to Porter Stevenson, who had 2 guys on him downfield. I thought he was going to throw it to Peyton Rhodes, who was wide open at the 40-yard line. Made the risky throw, but it worked out.
And what's crazy is nobody got to see it. I got 3 cameras up here, and I bumped into one of them, and then I lost where the football was.
Thank you for standing with us in the pursuit of educational excellence.
So the Pioneers ready to kick this one away after the 30-yard field goal by Ben Perez, who is also a sophomore. The Boswell Pioneers lead 3-0 over North Crowley, and they will boom this one into the end zone.
Good call.
And they're just making everything and showing everything that North Crowley really hasn't seen. Boswell doesn't typically kick it deep into the end zone. North Crowley knows that on film. That's why they're so far up. They're caught off guard. Boswell, even on special teams, pulling out all the tricks here in this one tonight.
Suzanne Henderson says, "Go, way to go, boys." We've also got Chris Lassiter. So it looks like Big Brother's watching too.
I mean, Jim, we just saw an angle that you had on the sideline. There's some guys on the sideline for the Pioneers that are juiced and dancing around. They're really not afraid of this opponent, I don't think. Here's a throw from Cruz out to number 12. That's Cade Smith. The ball came out after his knee was down, I think. So they'll bring up a second down.
But let's see where they spot it. Because it looks like they're going to spot him a yard back from where he was.
Yeah, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 2. So Lorenzo Cruz.
Yeah, you see it there. The fumble, he actually got to the 34 and fumbled it back a yard.
Fake handoff looking. Going to heave this one deep down the field. Incomplete. Was intended for the big number 2, Demarion Hayes. 6'3", 195-pound receiver. Just a bit behind him and out of his reach. So 3rd down and 2.
All right, so I've got a workaround for replay. Where it's scoreboard and stuff might be a little off.
2 backs to the right. Here's a handoff up the middle. Pioneers all over it. It's a stop. He's going to be about inches short, no, a yard short.
Yard short.
So decision time for North Crowley, 4th and 1. They may go quick to the ball, Jim, and snap it. I think they're going to bring the big boys out. So they're going to bring.
So Uribe with the tackle for Boston.
So the skills guys come out for North Crowley. They're going to bring the big boys in and try to go a little tush push, I think.
Looks like they could be going Gata.
So 4th down and 1. A stop here from the Pioneers would be massive. The ball's down!
Oh, picked it up and got it.
Yeah, so it will be a first down, and the broken play. The broken play threw everyone off again. So they had Jaden Shaw, the tight end, at quarterback. He was lined up at quarterback, and it looks like
it hit a player.
But the Pioneers,
number 5.
Pioneers just didn't see it. So it'll be a first down. Lorenzo Cruz back in the game at quarterback with Keontae Ingram at tailback. Cruz hands it off to Ingram. And Ingram's going to get a good gain.
Just kind of got
out to the 44-yard line.
Looks like Maui Peters in there for the Pioneers.
I like the tackling that I'm seeing tonight.
Yeah, with the exception of the one big play.
Yep.
So Cruz back in the gun with Ingram. Fake handoff. Cruz throws. It's going to be a screen. And it will be a first down. That's Demarion Mays on the reception.
Yeah, Monty Jones there for the Pioneers.
Demarion Mays.
Is that a flag down over there?
No, I think it's a piece of equipment.
So Demarion Mays, he comes into this game, Jim, the leading receiver, and he's been targeted quite a bit.
Oh, it is.
So it is a flag.
Good job, Keith.
So there was mustard on the lettuce, actually, and a lot of mistakes for North Crowley in this one. So this will knock them back quite a bit and set up a 2nd and 13. It is very quiet over here on the North Crowley side of the field. Cruz throws it to the left. Pioneers all over it again. A good tackle.
Yeah, Bandonga there for the Pioneers on the stop. He read it all the way.
So now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. And Jim, this is a big down for the Boswell defense. If they can prevent anything that's 4th and short,
Here's that stop.
if they can prevent anything that's 4th and short, they would get the ball back. Here's a handoff to Ingram up the middle, broken tackle.
Oh,
He's going to get the first down.
man. Still
And there's a
another
flag.
flag.
And this will likely be
This will be
against the
Bob-
Pioneers.
Yep.
I believe it's going to be a face mask, I think.
Let's take a look.
We'll see what the indication is from the officials.
Here's the play again.
They're huddled up over here.
No, I think it's holding. I think it's going to be holding on Crowley.
No, that's against Baldwin.
So it is a face mask against the Pioneers.
I was just hoping.
Yeah, don't want to help them out.
It'll be a
Look at the mismatch out there on the edge with Isaiah Smith against Morales.
Cruz, fake handoff, under pressure, looking, scrambling. Cruz is going to keep it. It's going to be a hold,
Flag.
though. This will be a hold against North Crowley, so another penalty against the Panthers.
Yeah, Caden Price came in, lost his helmet, but we'll see what happened.
Hey,
This is quite a sloppy first quarter of play.
So Isaiah Smith, number 18, 6'4". John Morales, 5'7".
Unbelievable.
wow.
So another 10-yard penalty against North Crowley. So they go 15 steps forward, 10 steps back.
And that bodes well for Boswell.
It does. So
1st and 20.
26 seconds left here in the first quarter play. The Pioneers lead North Crowley 3-0. Here's a handoff to Ingram to the right side, just finding holes. And the Pioneers, it seemed like, Jim, on that play, they were just standing there waiting for him to come instead of attacking as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he looked like a mouse in a maze looking for the cheese.
And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. So how about it, Crowley ISD Stadium? The Pioneers lead 3-0 over North Crowley.
Pioneers won the first quarter.
Yeah, they did. Unbelievable start here at Crowley ISD Stadium for Coach Weaver and company. As this second quarter is brought to you by All County Property Management.
Go down and contact Kim Miller if you've got property that you're leasing or want to lease or you can find a lease in. Go down and talk to her. She'll help you get set up, and she'll even take care of all that legality and all that kind of stuff that goes along with renting out your home to somebody.
So, Jim, I mean, we're outside of the sloppy penalties that we saw from North Crowley. I mean, what have you seen so far in this game between both teams?
Well, I tell you what, I see the little engine that could and the Boswell Pioneers. Nobody told them to look in the north end zone where it has the big state champion.
Hey, who was it? I just want to go on record if this comes down close. Who was it that said it was going to be a close game? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just some quick scores real quick. We've got Mansfield Lake Ridge 14, Weatherford 13, Mansfield Legacy 7, Crowley nothing. Saginaw Rough Riders 21, Northside nothing.
So Cruz, here's a handoff to Ingram.
Wow.
He's got a lead blocker out in front. He's just got a big hole. Ingram reverses field. Another block out to the right side. Ingram down at the 4-yard line, and this will be a penalty against the Pioneers. It's going to likely be a face mask, or it could be a hit. It could be a hip drop tackle.
Could be.
So it is a face mask.
Here's a replay.
There's an injured player on the field.
North Crowley just doing a good job of sealing on that left side. And good vision by the running back to cut back and go right.
Yeah, Keontae Ingram, despite all of the issues tonight that they've had, he's had himself quite a good game for North Crowley.
So let's go over some state scores. 6A top 10. Mesquite Horn 14, Duncanville 7. Fort Bend Ridgepoint Panthers 28, Fort Bend Clemens Rangers nothing. And then looks like everybody else, Allen, Prosper, Southlake, Humboldt, Galena, Pearland, all those other
I
places.
snap. Here's a handoff to Ingram, and Ingram will be in. It's a touchdown
Just
for North
lowered his
Crowley.
shoulders. Met at the line of scrimmage by Noah Clarkson, but just used his power to bull rush his way into the end zone.
So North Crowley is on the board for the first time tonight here in the second quarter of play. A bit of a weird first quarter, but the Boswell Pioneers, with 11:41 to go in the first half, are in this football game.
Yeah.
PAT is good for North Crowley. So, Jim, the Boswell offense will come back out onto the field. North Crowley's really been loading the box here in this game, and they have really just been begging Juju Lord to throw the football, and they have been. Do you think there will be any changes for North Crowley on this next possession defensively?
Yeah, I don't know. Boswell Pioneers have had a decent passing game, and that's what you called in the pregame shows.
Juju Lord has really stepped up so far in this one. Has had a few incompletions, but it's been some good balls. Just really, I think most of these incompletions, despite maybe a couple throws, have just been good defensive play from their DBs.
Yeah.
But that last ball he threw was probably one of his best passes of the season. North Crowley getting ready to kick this one away. This will go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Boswell Pioneers will take over at the 25.
Chris Laster asks, are we gonna get Boswell versus North Crowley double overtime in 2022 type of game?
Hey, we'll take it if it's the same result.
Was that the one that it was raining, cold, Gage Ellis dropped that pass at the very end?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker. It was an unbelievable game though, Jim. I mean, just
I thought we were talking about the Crowley game. For Boswell.
There's been so many tight ones over the years. Juju in the gun. Hands it off to Lasser. He's got nothing going.
Yeah,
Lose a yard.
Go that time.
Yeah, I mean, North Crowley, they have film on Boswell, so they know they're a run-first team. It's kind of at the point, I mean, if you want to win this football game, they're just going to have to throw it all over the field, I think.
Well, I'd like to see him target Lassiter out there on the edge.
High snap. Ooh. Hands it off to Lasser. He's met for a big loss again. So he brings it to the 22, but now there's steps backwards. Bring him a third down and long.
Yeah, that time Juwan Irvin was in the backfield almost at the handle.
North Crowley's deep front, one of the best in the state. And what makes it even scarier, their DBs are also one of the best in the state. Multiple D1 recruits all over the secondary. Boswell's got three receivers out to the right, one to the left. They're showing blitz. Juju back to pass, scrambling, rolling out to the right side. Heaves this one deep down the field to Peyton Rhodes, but Rhodes wasn't there.
Yeah, Rhodes again covered by Houston, and Houston's been covering pretty tight.
Yeah, Houston has, and it's probably a good thing that ball was out of reach, because if that pass was on Peyton Rhodes, we're probably talking about an interception here than anything. So it is an incomplete pass. Boswell will punt this one away. And it seems like North Crowley has started to take a little bit of control of this football game after a very sloppy first quarter of play. We'll punt it.
Nice little
take a good bounce and fall at the 40-yard line. So not a bad punt for the Pioneers. That is where North Crowley will take over. See Coach Staples talking to his offensive line. that unit knows, Jim, that that was not one of their best possessions offensively on the front.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a little bit too much pressure.
one thing for this O-line, they've proven this year to back it up and come back from it really well. Good coaching staff over there for the Pioneers. The Cruz back out with Ingram. There's a sniffer to his right. Here's a handoff to Ingram. Pioneers are all over it, but he breaks a tackle. It will be a loss,
Still got
though.
it in the backfield, though. Good job that time by Noah Carsons to seal the backside and actually keep him in the backfield for a loss.
So that was actually Jyrell Smith, the backup tailback, on the carry for a loss. He's actually got more yards per carry this season than Keontae Ingram, but that's also due to the least amount of carries. Fake handoff for Cruz. Throws this one to the right side. One-on-one, incomplete. Just overthrew his receiver.
Yeah, Lamar Isidore there on the coverage for Boswell.
And I have to think, Jim, on that play that the read was over there on that right side, because if he was scanning the whole field, he had a 101 over on our side, and that guy had about 3 or 4 steps on the Pioneer DB.
Peyton, you're wishing you had that telestrator.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. I need that telestrator. So third down and 13 for Cruz. And this is going to be another penalty.
That's a false start.
So another penalty against North Crowley. It's unbelievable how many penalties we have so far in this football game, especially from one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, North Crowley just not having a real crisp game so far.
So third down and 18, Jim. This is a big screen play down. I watch out for kind of a tunnel screen or something going to Jyrell Harris here in the screen game. Boswell's proven that they're not the best in open field tackling. And with a long down to go,
They're going to bring the
maybe
pressure
play.
from the left side.
Lorenzo Cruz, fake handoff, looking. He's going to just scramble up the middle. He may actually get the first down. So the quarterback draw works. And it's a first down. And that may have been designed. It looked like they just cleared everybody out downfield, brought everybody down there.
Well, I think the Pioneers were worried again by Smith out here at the top.
Yep. And they were keyed on Harris. So that's what happened, was number 35, Nathan Rosales, was keyed on Harris on that play, but ended up not working out. So Jyrell Harris with the ball will step out of bounds. Jyrell Harris is trying to get it in the end zone for the 11th time this year. Just stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, they went quick that time.
Yeah, they did go quick on the ball.
Heath didn't even have the replay done.
So first down and 10 from the 26. Lorenzo Cruz and North Crowley trying to make this a 2-possession game. Send a man out in motion. Fake handoff. Cruz again throws to the left side. This one is caught at the 20-yard line. Who is it again? Big number 2, Demarion Mays.
Got Carson there for the Pioneers.
And we have a timeout on the field. Keith, let's hear some scores from around the district, state
area. Attention. Let's see what we got. I wish I could get some stats, but so Mansfield Lake Ridge is up a little, is pulled out a little bit further from Weatherford. They're up 21-13. Legacy is up 7-6 over Crowley. Mesquite or Duncanville is up 14-0 over Mesquite Horn. And that score is actually a 6A top 10 state score according to Dave Campbell's.
Oh, wow.
Another Dave Campbell's top 10 is Fort Bend, Ridge Point 28, Fort Bend's Clements nothing. And then that's really all the scores that I've got for.
So we're back on the field here. Thank you for that, Keith. Second down and 5 coming up. They'll send out Mays in motion. Here's a handoff to Harris up the middle. He has a big hole to the 10, the 5, and that's where he's brought down. So the rushing attack for North Crowley continues to pay off. And Jim, so far in this game, 124 yards rushing on the ground for North Crowley here in the first half of play versus Boswell, only 18 yards on the ground.
Oh,
Nate Rosales there that time actually had it.
There's that handoff to Jyrell Harris, who scores, and it's a touchdown for North Crowley. His 11th touchdown of the year. Now has one up on his counterpart, Keontae Ingram, for touchdowns. And it is now a two-possession game here at Crowley ISD Stadium. So it was a good start for Boswell in the
North
first
Crowley's
quarter.
settled in a little bit.
Even
Got
with
the running game going.
North Crowley has still kept the mistakes going in this game, but it is easy to pick up from having all those penalties if you're able to pick up 40 yards a pop on big plays down the field.
Well, the key is it's the tackling for the Boswell Pioneers. They're good. They're getting good, strong penetration. They're just not able to wrap up and bring down the ball carrier.
Now for Boswell, if they want to have a shot to try and make this still a game, this turns into a pretty big possession, not only for the offense, but for your defense as well. You want to try and get your defense a little bit of a break, as they've been on the field quite a bit in the first half of play. Will be a 14-3 football game here. Good crowd over here for North Crowley tonight. The community has really stepped up over the last few years, and their dominance. Pioneers will fair catch this one at the 4-yard line, and we'll take it out to the 25.
And it's there, caught by number 30, Anthony Hunt.
This is where the Pioneers will take over. And Jim, so far in this football game, Chance Lassiter, 6 carries, only 5 yards. North Crowley's held him to under a yard per carry. Juju Lords, 2 for 8 in the passing game with 70 yards through the air. So not very efficient in the passing game, not very efficient in the run game. Something's going to have to give here.
I'd like to see him get Juju more involved.
Fake handoff, and it's dropped. So
that's Barboza.
Yeah, just in and out of the hands. It was a good ball, too. And
Barboza, who had that beautiful one-handed catch against Crowley a few weeks back, and was not able to hang on here.
And it's tough for a quarterback to be able to be efficient if the balls are being dropped as well. So another incompletion. Now 2 for 9. 2nd and 10. Fake handoff. Juju throws, incomplete.
Targeting Corsi.
Colton Corsi is the intended target, and it'll now bring up a 3rd down and 10. And I think Balls was really just showing to North Crowley that, yeah, the run game is not going to be able to work tonight. We're going to have to throw the football.
I'm not sure why, but the Pioneers sure have been attacking Houston. They've gone to his side several times with the pass.
For a group of receivers to the right, Juju rolling out to the right side. Lassiter, good block. Throws it on the run. Incomplete.
Yep, looking for Peyton Rhodes.
And there's a flag down. This actually may be a 15-yard penalty against North Crowley.
Is it pass interference?
No, I think this may be an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Hold on, let me see what we got.
I believe this is unsportsmanlike conduct. I think he got up after the fact.
Maybe taunting?
And taunted. Let's see. No, this actually may be. I think it is PI. Let's see the indication. And they'll pick it up.
They'll pick it up.
So they picked up the PI. I believe that was thrown for North Crowley, but it is picked up. So the punting unit will come out for Boswell with 8:14 to go here in the first half of play, where they trail North Crowley 14-3.
I think this is a series you've got to stop.
Yeah, you got to stop them from getting points on this drive for sure.
at least stop them from getting 7.
North Crowley has not been afraid to try and bring the house here on these punts. They bring it again. And this is not the best punt either, as it will remain in North Crowley territory.
Just dies south of the equator at the 49.
Ooh. They're going to mark it at the 34. No, the 36. So they're saying that's where the ball crossed out. So
Wow.
North Crowley will take over at the 36-yard line.
That one hurts.
And that's a gift for this high potent offense. As they've shown inside the 40-yard line, it's 4-down territory. They're going to keep going for it. So Lorenzo Cruz and company will come back out. Lorenzo Cruz actually hadn't been the quarterback for this, but he's been throwing the ball quite efficiently tonight. Cruz back to pass. He's just got somebody wide open down here. It's the tight end. And we'll bring it to the 9-yard line. That's Jaden Shaw, the tight end, sitting at 6'2", 220.
Yeah, had all the time in the world. Just went through his check now.
They've had Shaw at that sniffer position all night. Here's a handoff to Ingram. Ingram trying to make something of nothing. And will dive, and it looks like he's in. It's a touchdown.
Yep.
So Keontae Ingram will match his counterpart, Jyrell Smith, as they both now sit at 11 touchdowns on the year. And North Crowley has now made this a 3-possession football game after starting out ice cold in the first quarter.
Yeah, definitely heated up. And I tell you, just watch him here. Very patient running, zigzagging through the defense behind those big offensive linemen. And he goes into pay dirt.
And the field goal unit will come out for the PAT for the Panthers. And the PAT is good. So we sit here 21-3. Boswell Pioneers once led in this football game at the end of the first quarter, 3-0, but 21 unanswered points and a little under 5 minutes of play for North Crowley gives them the lead.
Yeah, all their points coming here in the second quarter. Be nice to see the Pioneers answer with a score of their own.
The story for the Boswell offense is, in this one really has been, with Chase Richardson being out, the offensive rushing game, which has been their keys all throughout the season, hasn't worked.
Y'all want to know some irony? Just kind of not related to this game, but it's ironic that all the mountain schools moved their games to today. Bridgeport was playing Eagle Mountain High School, and guess what? Their game is delayed because of rain.
Unbelievable. So the rain has already looked like it's coming in. That game is delayed, and the Pioneers will fair catch this one again inside the 5-yard line. So they'll take over at the 25. It's been a lot of passing from Juju Lords to start this football game, and a lot of drops, a lot of good defensive plays, and a lot of missed targets. Juju sits 2 for 11 passing.
That's not normal.
Not normal.
And really, I mean, he's had some guys that have been open.
Yeah, and
they just dropped the football.
Yeah, a lot of drops. There's been a few deflections, but there's also been a few missed passes as well. But it's hard to get anything going in the passing game if you can't get anything going in the run game.
Yeah,
and that's been the story.
One-dimensional. That's never a good thing.
So Boswell's going to go with a sniffer to the right, a little bit of a different look. We got a new quarterback in there as well. It looks like it's Reyes.
That's how the Reyes will come in.
But Chance will lose another yard. So Lassiter on the carry loses another yard.
I haven't seen Anthony Hummer yet.
Yeah, no Hummer so far in this one. And we expected it. Jace Richardson being out, Pioneers are going to need everything they can get in the running game. But they've just been going backwards here in the second quarter. Seems a little bit flat offensively. Reyes, now the new quarterback. And it looks like there was some confusion for the Pioneer offense, so they'll take a timeout. And we will as well here on Boswell Sports.
The future is now. All County Property Management can help you find the right home to rent. Call Kim Miller at 817-567-2500.
So we're back for the second quarter. Here at Crowley ISD Stadium, your Pioneers trail 21-3 to the defending state champions. And we have a quarterback change. Tyler Reyes, who's usually in for these run game formations, is now the new quarterback. Has yet to throw a pass. Chance Lassiter on the previous play lost a yard. So he sit at 2nd and 11. So Reyes will keep it on the read option. And it's a good run for Tyler Reyes. He's close to the stick. It looks like he's going to be about a yard or two short. So a good run there for Tyler Reyes.
And, you know, that's what I was hoping that we'd see a little more of from Juju Lawrence.
Yeah. And it's just a good read again. It looked like he was going to lose some yardage, but good strength there from Reyes to stay on his feet. They actually mark him back 3 yards short. It's a little bit of an interesting spot here, 3rd and 3. Showing pressure. And it's a handoff to Lassiter, but he was just met into a Halton black hole and lost a yard.
So Hummer was actually in on that last play. He's the one that threw the block that actually sprung Reyes for that run.
So the Pioneer punting unit will come back out as it's 4th and 4. And we have another timeout. And we will take another one as well here on Boswell Sports.
Thinking about saving money on insurance? Think no more. The answer is Lone Star Insurers, a Paul Jacobs agency. We have just the right coverage for you. Auto, home, health, life, recreational vehicles, and more. See how we can save you money on your monthly premiums with these products. All State, Progressive, MetLife, Mercury, and Unitrade. Call today for a free quote. Lone Star Insurers is locally owned. Find them at 8101 Boat Club Road, 325, Fort Worth, Texas 76179, or call them at 817-236-2886.
Lost.
Too much money. Something that somebody's going to complain about.
We're back.
So we're back here in the second quarter of play. 4th down and 4 for Boswell as they're ready to punt. They will boot it away. It's a high one. High punt. But it takes a terrible bounce and went backwards. That ball bounced about 15 yards back at the 43.
Yep, 43-yard line.
That's where North Crowley will take over with 6:11 to play in the first half. You see we saw a hat of the North Crowley coaching staff. Something pretty cool that North Crowley has kind of embraced is that they're the 817, that they're Fort Worth, and there's in Texas high school football, especially with the Duncanvilles and DeSotos of the world, there's a pretty big rivalry brewing in the Dallas versus Fort Worth regions. There's a good stop here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, that time in there with Joseph Mwamba.
number 57. Go to
You see good glimpses from the Boswell Pioneers, but you know, it's those little things, those little plays that add up.
So Cruz fake handoff. It was a long fake handoff. Throws it deep down the field for Mays, and this is going to be a PI.
Yep.
So that was just really telegraphed. That was telegraphed by Demarion Mays. So he knew that ball wasn't going to be in reach, but he jumped up just before because he knew he could draw the PI, and he just did. Here's the replay.
Yeah, he gets a step. He tries to come back to the football, and Isadora is there for the PI.
So that was a little bit more of a drawing the penalty than there actually being a penalty. But it is a penalty, so it's a first down for North Crowley. Cruz will hand it off to Ingram, and it's another big run. Spot him at the 37-yard line. They're going quick here. Tempo from North Crowley as they're on the ball. Here's another handoff to Ingram. A broken tackle, reverses field. And he's got the first down.
Pioneers have got to shut that down. That's where he's getting the majority of his big runs are on that cutback.
And that's been their issue all this season, that open field tackling. That's why they've lost a couple games that they should have won.
So go back to that PI. Chris Lassiter brought up a good point. Do you really think it was catchable?
Yeah, that was another thing
I don't
for
think
me.
it was.
I don't think it was much catchable.
So really, it shouldn't have been a PI.
Probably shouldn't have been.
It was, yeah, I think it was just more so he drew the contact, and it's just that guy has such length. That's why it was called. Here's a fake handoff. Cruz throws it to the left, and it's caught. He's close to the first down. He's got it. Reception for Cade Smith.
Now Armani Jones there on the tackle.
And North Crowley is marching here. Cruz has had himself quite a good game at the quarterback position. Here's a handoff to Ingram, who reverses field again, and it's a touchdown. So we see it again. They draw everybody to the left.
Everything flowing to that left-hand side.
And he just reverses.
And then he just reverses field, and nobody's there.
Yep. So it's another touchdown for North Crowley, as it has just been their quarter by a mile, as the Pioneers led at one point 3-0 to start the second quarter of play.
Yeah,
but North Crowley,
that 3-0 shockwave that we saw in the first quarter has turned into a mill pond ripple.
I love that. So it's 28 unanswered points here in the second quarter for the defending state champion North Crowley Panthers. And this is why they're one of the best teams in the state. They've got dudes all over the field that are heck of a good player, heck of a good team, and it's a tall task to beat a squad like this. And they've ran 3-6A for the last few years, and they're just proving that they're going to be yet again kind of at that top of the gauntlet of the district.
That's the deal. To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yep.
And right now, that's North Crowley.
And this is something good that the Pioneers, I mean, these juniors that are on the team, they were sophomores last year, so they're going to have 2 years of experience heading into their senior year at the varsity level. The expectations are going to continue to get higher for the Pioneers, I think, especially next season. No better team to learn from and really gain that experience from than defending state champions. Pioneers will take over at the 25-yard line. So 4:12 to play here in the first half. And the story, like we said, has just been Boswell, their offense has been relied upon on the run game all season. And it has just been non-existent tonight. 24 yards on the ground, averaging 2.1 yards per carry as a team. And they're starting tailback Chance Lassiter 8 carries, 3 yards to start this one. They've really been keying on him.
Still got Reyes out there.
It's actually Juju. They'll hand it off to Lassiter, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, it is Juju.
No
Good thing
gain.
you got the binoculars.
See, I got bad eyesight too, but when you bring out the binoculars, it kind of changes the game a little bit. So 2nd and 10, passing attack could be in play here with Juju back in the game at quarterback. And Juju will keep it on the read options. Got blockers out ahead
That's
of him.
what I wanted
Cuts
to see.
field, and it's a first down.
That's what I was hoping for.
That was a great block.
So Juju keeps it on the read option. Had good blocking downfield by his receivers, and it's a new set of downs
Yeah,
for the Pioneers. Yeah, talk to us a little bit about these receivers.
So, well, not only that, but they're keying on Lassiter. You can see 3 players all around Lassiter. That opens up for Juju out on the left side. Make them account for him.
1st and 10 now. Here's a handoff to Lassiter, and Lassiter took a little bit of time there, but a good run out to the 40. His best run in a while. It's a gain of 4, and actually, that he just gained more yards on that run than he had before that carry.
Yeah.
He had 3 yards in the game so far, and
Well, they know that they have to stop Lassiter.
Yeah.
And so they're keying on it. And I think, like I say, I think that opens up more opportunity for Lawrence.
So Boswell Pioneers will bunch everybody up here. Look at this formation. Bit of a new one for the Pioneers here. You see we got Rhodes, and that's Colton Coursey, who goes out in motion. Here's a handoff to Lassiter. He's going to get a gain of about 2.
Man, Lassiter had a little bit of hole there to the left. If he'd have seen it, he'd have picked up that first down.
We'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. They're going to give him 5, actually. 3rd down and 5. Boswell offense, 2:12 to go. They don't have to snap this as the 2-minute timeout is coming. But they will. Juju back to pass under pressure. Juju scrambling. And he's going to be sacked. Brought down and sacked by number 20, Brock Lacey.
I would have liked to have seen him once he got out of the pocket, just throw that football away.
Yeah.
Throw it to us here, up here in the booth.
Tried to make something out of nothing. Thought he could outrun him, but he couldn't.
So that's the 2-minute timeout that we're getting out here in high school football this year. So we'll take another timeout as well.
So good it will make you make cow noises. Go to Red's Barbecue at 7335 Boat Club Road, home of Pioneer Sports Extra.
Coming back.
So back out of the break here. Boswell getting ready to punt this football away out of the 2-minute timeout. And it's 28-3. North Crowley leads. All 28 of their points have come in this quarter alone. It's just been domination from the defending state champions. This is a good punt, though. And it looked like it was muffed. Broken tackle, though.
Oh.
Another missed tackle for the Pioneers. And it'll be a positive return instead. So that is, I mean, that's just a
20
prime
yards.
example of kind of one of the biggest holes on the Boswell team this year is tackling. Tackling.
And a little bit of that, too, is the return.
Yeah. But there is a flag down. Will likely be against the return team. Still waiting on the indication. Still waiting.
gonna be on Boswell.
Wow.
Number 25. Be a 10-yard penalty after the kick, first down.
So it's a hold, actually, against Boswell.
Yeah, so now mistakes starting to show up for the Pioneers, who did a pretty good job there in the first quarter.
And I imagine now with that and North Crowley having 3 timeouts, they're going to try to run, I think, a little bit 2-minute offense, because this is going to be something that they're going to have to work on ahead of some later round games that they're going to play in the playoffs, or they're going to be in tight ones and they may need it. So I'd imagine some passes here. So Lorenzo Cruz, back to pass looking, throws across the middle, incomplete.
Almost
Armani Jones
too.
there. Armani Jones, good coverage.
3 Pioneers were there. We'll see the replay. It looked like that was almost picked off by.
That's what I
was
thought.
that Isaiah Nash?
No, that was Armani Jones. Oh, on the bottom.
Yeah, on Isaiah Nash, I think, almost picked this football off. Yeah, he almost did. Almost an interception, which would have been the second takeaway of the night for Boswell. 2nd and 10. Cruz looks. It's going to be a tunnel screen out to the right side. Got blockers. Breaks it. No, he's brought down. It will be a first down, though. So look out North Crowley. They're going quick. They're going to go onto the ball quick. Try to run this 2-minute offense with 3 timeouts left. The clock will restart. Just to avoid any substitutions from the defense and keep everybody on the field. Keeping up the tempo. Cruz looking, scanning. Nobody's open. He'll tuck it and run. Cruz really showing off his legs tonight on the scrambling. And he'll get the first down out to the 30.
They are shifting.
Yeah, very shifty. And Lorenzo Cruz, we hadn't really seen him this year for North Crowley, but he's had himself quite a nice game at the quarterback position for the Panthers. And it's always nice to see a fellow lefty. Under pressure, Cruz, a good move, though. He spun out of it. Looks, throws the end zone wide open, touchdown. And that, my friends, is a unbelievable play from Lorenzo Cruz. And we'll see the replay here. He almost got sacked. That having the pocket presence to spin out of that, that's just great quarterback play from Lorenzo Cruz, and threw it on the run.
Yeah, John Morales kind of bit and was held for just a second, and that was enough to open up the wide receiver to be all alone for the touchdown.
And that was Demarion Hayes, who's been the top target tonight, and finally gets into the end zone. So North Crowley, it has been their quarter. They now lead 35-3 over the Pioneers. 35 unanswered points. And they're going to take a pretty hefty lead into the half.
Yeah, gut check. Gut check time for the Boswell Pioneers.
All right, some scores. Lake Ridge is up 35-19 over Weatherford. Mansfield Legacy is 21-6 over Crowley. And Saginaw Rough Riders up 38-0 over Northside.
That's a shocker. Or not.
Or not. Northside here.
So we're being told that that's not Cruz, it's Hayes.
So it's Hayes.
Hayes at quarterback.
Interesting. We've got number 13 on our roster, and that says Lorenzo Cruz on our side. So there must be a jersey error. This will be a kick out of bounds for North Crowley. And it is Hayes Cloutier. So I've been saying this wrong all night. I apologize, but yeah, we've got number 13, Lorenzo Cruz, as the quarterback on our roster. So apologize to.
That was Jalen Schutz.
Apologize to Hayes Cloutier. He's had himself quite a good game at the quarterback position. So Juju and Chance Lassiter will come back out on offense with 57 seconds left, and this may be just a bunch of runs to take him into the break. Here's a handoff to Lassiter, and he was just met by a group of Panthers and a big loss.
Lassiter takes the handoff, but it's not for a loss. And Trio of Panthers now.
And this will be
For those just tuning in, Boswell actually went on offense first. And so North Crowley will get the football in the second half.
And North Crowley's going to take a timeout here with 51 seconds left. And I think they may be looking to try and do another 2-minute offense and try to get the ball back. Which you can say whatever you want, 35-3. Oh no, it's a blowout. But this is a North Crowley team that's playing in a district that's blowing everybody out. So they've got to get some work in some areas. And if they can get a game situation and run a 2-minute offense, you got to give props to them for allowing them to do that, because they're not going to have a tight game the rest of the way in district play. And there's only so much, 2-minute offense you can run in practice. It doesn't match game reps.
And there's always the philosophy is if you don't like it, stop it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will, unless it's the fourth quarter and it's 70-0, you're not going to hear complaints from the Boswellsports staff about anybody being up 35.
Well, onside kicks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you're up like they are, I think that's a little excessive. But
yeah. But doing a 2-minute drill and calling timeouts, I mean, especially from a team that's going to need kind of that experience, because they haven't had it since the Rockwall game, and that's going to be months until they have to experience that again when they're in the playoffs. And
another timeout.
you just can't fault them. So another timeout for North Crowley. 46 seconds left in this one.
It looks like maybe we're going to get KFC or something like that.
Ooh. It's been a while since I've.
Have you seen that the KFC on Saginaw Main is about to open?
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what we need is another chicken place.
I know.
Another one.
Saginaw, the city of chicken.
I think we've completed the round robin of fried chicken places.
I think we have.
In Saginaw.
I don't know if there's another fried chicken place that could open unless it was a mom and pop.
They need to. I think we're missing the biggest one of all. We need to add a little mom and pop Babe's Chicken on Saginaw Main.
There you go.
Then you
That's
fully
it.
round out
it's
the
coming.
quality fried chicken. So Juice you back to pass. They're going to throw a screen out to Lassiter. And Lassiter's got blockers out ahead
I like
of him.
that.
And it's a first down and more. Lassiter well into North Crowley territory.
He's got blockers.
Reverses field, blockers downfield. North Crowley can't stop him. It's a touchdown for Chance Lassiter. So they say, take that 2-minute offense. You can't have it. And the Pioneers are on the board with a touchdown. What a big time touchdown reception.
All right, Keith, we got
Juju Lords. For Chance Lassiter.
We got to have Chance Lassiter's TD score here, man.
All right, I'm getting it.
That was a 76-yard touchdown reception for Chance Lassiter. And since it was such a long play, the instant replay wasn't able to pick it up. He was running for so long. He ran for nearly 20 seconds.
There he is, Chance Lassiter.
So the Pioneers will make it a 25-point ball game.
Climbing the ladder, baby. Climbing the ladder.
And they have scored 10 points here in the first half against the defending state champs. No moral victories, but heck of a play from Chance Lassiter there.
And made the one thing that I saw in there that you really haven't seen much of is those cuts that you saw with Chase Richardson when Chance was down there at about the Crowley 40. He took that cut right on the inside and then just outran.
So a heck of the yard after catch from Chance Lassiter. As we're playing around, seeing some things that are around the stadium here.
And that pass to Chance Lassiter, I've wanted to see him run Juju, get him out there, make him another weapon, and then open up Lassiter, get him into space, because that's where he has really thrived so far this season. When he gets into space, he's not running into the back of his lineman. You see what he can do, and he did it right there.
So 26 seconds left in this one. Boswell's getting ready to kick this one away. They're going to kick this one into a pretty high wind, and it'll be a squib kick. which is muffed, and they're just doing that to avoid any long return. So North Crowley, 22 seconds left in a timeout, Jim. This is, they're going to spot him at the 35-yard line. I mean, anything's possible with this high potent offense. What they can do throughout the passing game, especially with Hayes Cloutier, who has again changed numbers. We have Hayes Cloutier as number 9 on our roster, but he is obviously number 13. He's had himself quite a nice game at the quarterback position. They're going to go empty here on 1st down and 10. Cloutier under pressure, scrambling.
There
He's going to
goes.
be sacked. It's a sack for the Pioneers. And that'll
Sack is
do it.
Edgar Trevino picks up a sack. I think that's his first.
And Edgar Trevino will pick up the sack. That's just going to do it for the first half of play.
That's it.
So the Pioneers will head into the locker room trailing the defending state champion North Crowley Panthers 35-10. Stay tuned for the halftime show from both of the bands here at Crowley ISD Stadium. And I'm going to kick this one back over to Jim Howard. Jim?
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you what, a nice first half. I mean, the score, yeah, it's a little bit out there, but the Pioneers not giving up. And we got another half of football to play. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the halftime show. Both bands come out onto the field along with their drill teams. Stick with us. We may even have stats for you at the end of the presentation. And hope you're enjoying it. Give us those likes, those subscriptions right here at Boswellsports.
And I'm going to show right now. This will be used to be Olympic Violence Track Field. And we're excited to have this brand new facility, which will bring all sorts of visitors and events to the area.
Hey, Ray.
Again, this is all made possible by the voters of the community with from the bond of 2023. Thank you, community.
Give me a link.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field Boswell High School Band Go! The band is playing the recommended direction and CW Silver or Isaiah Paul, Cody Baker, James Salas, Dominic McWaylor, Samantha Orono, and Giovanni Tejada. Section of the week is the trombone. The Boswell band won an award recognizing a Boswell staff member each goes to Miss Haley McMurphy. Tonight, the band is going to be performing their 2025 contest show, Someplace, Somewhere. Drum majors are Miranda Cuellar, Aiden Delgado, Daniel Navarrete, and Tiny Plaza Roman. Drum majors, is the band ready?
No, you said Oh yeah, Nick. Yeah, give her one of them. Sharon, give her one of them.
You may now take the field for your performance of the Somewhere.
Hey, give me a highway. You're not making no new rocker, bro. Huh? No, I'll buy a new rocker. Somebody ticket. Give me a highway, bro. hell no. Hey, you gonna give me a link? No, you're not doing it. You gonna give me a link? You gonna do it? I bet. Come on. No, you're not. No. You know what I'm saying? No. Give me a link. You're not doing it. I don't know how much they is. I'm like, oh, you're weird. You want to do that? If they're not going, they're not getting there.
To the North Crowley Panthers.
No, not relying. I do it right here. I do it right here. No, you had it. I'm drinking on it. I drank a little bit, nigga.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready to be entertained by North Crowley High School sweethearts, the Silver Star Trophy, under the direction of Bianca Rock and Lori Robbins. social officers are Lyric Curry, Serenity Rodney, and Jan Hartley. These officers are Senior Lieutenant Shania Holloway, Senior Lieutenant Sierra Berry, Senior Lieutenant Vinaya Kilgore, Co-Captain Mia Jones, and your 2025-2026 Captain Jaden Madden. Special recognition goes to Ariana Gibson, Silver Star of the Week, and our social officers, Spirit Girls of the Week. Today's vehicle selection will be Finesse.
Good evening, ladies Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the field the spirit of North Crowley High School, the Mighty Panther Marching Band. Led on the field by Tom Major, 60 Solutions, Dick Cootie.
The Mighty Panther Band will feature the music of The Who, Jay Boku, Billie Eilish, and Frank Kelly in tonight's performance of their 2025 UIL competition show entitled Ocean Eyes.
Where did that go?
All right, are you able to hear me, mate?
Yep, I am. I can hear
Okay.
you.
All right. So nice halftime show by both bands, Boswell and North Crowley. As we're about 4 minutes out from the second half of this game. And Peyton, let's talk a little bit about the stats in that first half.
Let's do it. Yeah, so interesting start to the football game. The Pioneers really came out the gates and had a lot of momentum, got 3 points, and led at the end of the first quarter 3-0. And you see the stat line here. It's a bit interesting. Boswell Pioneers, 146 yards through the air. It hasn't really felt like it compared to North Crowley when it comes to they've been really good in the passing game. But I think the big story has been the rushing attack for the Pioneers. It's just been stopped short tonight. 26 yards on the ground in the first half. Probably one of the least rushed amount of games that they've had so far this season and a half. But then you look at North Crowley, 235 yards on the ground.
That's the big story right there. That pretty even in the passing yards, but rushing. There's a big difference between those two. And then look at the first down.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you that the Pioneers, all their points have really been because of the big play. There's been a few big plays that they've had in the passing game that have led them into North Crowley territory, whereas North Crowley has had those long drives where they're picking up first downs and really marching down the field with that rushing attack and through the air. And they've really, outside of the penalties, have played a pretty good game offensively so far. And it's been a lot to handle for the Pioneer defense, and that's why we're sitting here at 35-10 at halftime.
Yeah, look at that stat now. Kind of tells the tale of where the Pioneers' points came from. 1 turnover and then 6 penalties for 40 yards for North Crowley.
Yeah, a lot of penalties for North Crowley in that first half, and it seemed like a lot of poor ones as well. And then you look at the player stats for Boswell. You look at Juju Lords. He's 3 of 12 passing. He's got only 3 completions but 146 yards through the air. It's an awkward stat line. What's up? Yeah, it was. Yeah. So he's got two passes of like 67 yards and one for 76 yards, and then one for 7 yards. So that's really it's a bit of an awkward stat line because you're like 3 completions, 146 yards. What happened? But then this also tells a little bit more of the story. 13 carries for Chance Lassiter, -4 yards. Just not the best so far game for him. Peyton Rhodes, 0 receptions, 0 yards. He's been targeted quite a bit. Porter Stevenson had that one grab for 63 yards, and then Colton Coursey has a reception for 7 yards. And then we have to also mention Chance Lassiter has one reception for 76 yards and a touchdown.
And that is the stats for the first half. About less than a minute now before the teams come back out onto the field. Peyton, what do you see? What do the Pioneers have to do to try to climb back into this football game?
Well, like I've said, they're going to have to find a way to stop the run. That was the key. If they wanted to pull off the upset, they were going to have to come out and find a way to stop the run and not allow the rushing attack to get going. But that's really what's happening for North Crowley in this game. And look, North Crowley has shown that they have the ability to throw the football down the field. But if you want to have a chance to win, that's how you do it. You're gonna have to stop the run and then get things going in the offensive game. And what do I mean by that? I mean they're gonna have to pull some bag of tricks out of their bag, and they're gonna have to probably utilize Chance Lassiter more out in motion, out in the receiving game a little bit, because anything between the tackles is just really not working for Lassiter. They're keying on him all night.
So here's some around like this. North Crowley control 35 to piano here, Bob. What if the Kangaroos are in a battle with Mansfield Lake Ridge?
Wow.
The Pioneers playing 2 weeks, and then the Roos next week. So that one right now, at halftime, Lake Ridge leads 35-20.
Wow. Interesting. Weatherford's starting to really turn it around, it seems like, ever since that first district game that they played.
And then, the Crowley Eagles, a team that really has fallen off. We expected a whole lot more out of them this season. They trail Legacy 21-6. That one in the third.
Yeah, this district is shaping up where it's looking like it's going to be North Crowley, Lake Ridge, Legacy, and Mansfield. That's going to be the 4 teams. And it looks like all three of the Mansfield teams are going to get into the playoff.
Now, I'll tell you what, right now, as it stands, it's anybody's shot to get into the playoff.
Yeah, the Pioneers, their playoff chances really rely on pulling off some upsets and take it down.
They'd like to get the upset here. That's a monumental task for sure. But they've got to get the one next week.
Yep.
That's key. They have to get a win against Weatherford if they want to get into the playoffs. The mighty fans wish the Boswell fans best of luck for the rest of their season. Now, give it up one more time to North Crowley High School Mighty Panther Marching Band. All right, there's ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back to the field. The Pioneers of football.
All right, so here we go. Getting ready to kick off the second half of play here at Crowley ISD Stadium, where North Crowley leads 35-10 over your Boswell Pioneers.
And they go on offense.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle if Boswell's going to come back in this one, and it's a 4-possession game. So, I mean, it's going to take a whole lot, but never know what can happen. North Crowley has shown quite a bit of ability and why that they are one of the best teams in the state of Texas tonight. Their offense has been rolling. The rushing attack, led by Keontae Ingram and Jairell Smith, has been just nothing short of terrific. As we're waiting again for the kickoff. Seemed like this is how we started the game.
Third quarter brought to you by our friends at the zoo.net. For the best in classic rock and roll, check out the zoo.net. Thousands of titles in the library. And it is run by a old school DJ.
North Crowley will return this one from their own 3. Trying to switch directions. That is where North Crowley will take over. It'll be at the 20, look at the 27-yard line, 26 and a half.
That's one thing that North Crowley does so well is the cutback.
Yeah, they're able to, they're guys with the ball in their hands. They're able to really see the field well and make decisions in the open field. They're very dangerous in the open field because they're both very strong, but also very fast. The back out is Hayes Cloutier, who on our roster is number 9, but is number 13, with Keontae Ingram to his left. They'll hand it off to Ingram, who breaks a tackle, but then spun backwards. Bit of a weird one there.
Got the Ingram on the handoff, picks up 2 yards.
Yeah,
broke the tackle. It could have kept going forward, but ended up coming backwards.
Well, Caden Price was right there in the hole, made the stop, missed the tackle, but knocked him back just long enough for the Pioneer defense to recover.
They got a gain of 2 there. Send a man in motion. Cloutier scrambling, looking, throws, and this one is incomplete. Just bobbled.
Yeah,
By number 81.
right there in front of Isaac Bondonga for the Pioneers.
And number 81, we don't have a name on, so.
So we've got some people to check in on. We've got, so I went across the way over there and met Stephanie Krellin, who's actually from Liverpool, we've learned, not London, like we talked about. And Amy Schneider is checking in and pretty pleased with what the score is so far. She expected.
Hello, Amy.
Third down, and it's going to be another false start against North Crowley. So a lot of these penalties tonight for the Panthers on the offensive front. And these are some things that they're going to have to really get under control before they head into the playoffs, especially deep in the playoffs, if they want to repeat as state champions. So to bring up a third down and about 13.
10 seconds. 11 minutes.
Panthers.
They're resetting the clock.
Cloutier with
to 11:10.
Cloutier's got Ingram to his right. Third down and 13. They'll send a man in motion. Cloutier scrambling again to his left. They'll throw it on the run. It's caught just at the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be a gain. Oh, no.
That's enough for pretty close to a first down.
Oh, it's incomplete.
Oh,
they ruled it incomplete. Wow. So an incompletion, and the North Crowley Panthers punting unit will come out for the first time tonight.
Wow.
So the Pioneers get a
that's nice
stop on third down to start the second half of play. Boswell will get the ball back, intending the punt from number 81, who we still do not have a name for. And we have a stoppage on the field.
North Crowley seems like they're a little bit confused.
It's a delay of game. So another 5-yard penalty against the Panthers. And Boswell's having personnel changes as well. Look like some issues Boswell may have actually had 12 on the field potentially. We'll get this punt away. Rhodes will return it. Oh no, he'll fair catch it.
Caught it.
They'll give him the 43, or no, the 45. So Boswell will take over in pretty good field territory to start the second half of play, down 25 points to the best team in the district and
the
defending state champs.
If you're a Boswell Pioneer fan, you got to be happy with that series.
Yeah, good series out of the gate for the defense. One where North Crowley, they really went away from the running game outside of that one run. Had 2 passes, and both of them fell incomplete. So Juju back out there with Lassiter to his right. Juju will keep it on the read option, and will lose a yard. And that's just what makes...
Yeah, too much traffic in there. He had nowhere to go.
That's what makes this it's just so tough to go against a team like North Crowley, where Boswell's offense is just so reliant on the run. The defensive front for North Crowley has just been spectacular all season and tonight. We'll bring up a second down and 11. Juju will hand it off to Lassiter, who breaks a tackle, spun out of it, and he's going to reverse field. This is dangerous to do against this team. Lassiter, open field ahead, breaks a tackle, and he's brought down.
Close.
Whoa, that's a weird spot.
Yeah, that's.
And so we will take a short time out here on Boswellsports.
Hamburgers so good it will make you make cow noises. Go to Red's Barbecue at 7335 Boat Club Road, home of Pioneer Sports Extra.
Not too bad.
That spot was interesting, though. So we're coming back out of the break. Was a bit of a weird spot. It looked like that it probably should have gotten a yard or maybe a yard and a half more than where they spotted him at.
Yeah. I thought so, too. I thought that the spot was a little off.
The spot was a little interesting. We'll have a 3rd down and 2 coming up. So Hummer is now in the game, the 3rd string tailback for Boswell. Juju back to pass, throws it to the right side, and it looked like the wrong route was ran, or there was some miscommunication between Porter Stevenson. There is a flag on the play, though. This could be a holding against the Pioneers. We'll see the call from the official. Oh, so illegal hands to the face.
Nice.
Against North Crowley, so it'll be a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down for Boswell. And it looks like Chance Lassiter is into the game now. So good to see him back out on the field.
He just needed a little water.
He's like, yeah, they got that 15-yard penalty. I'm back in. Give me the 1st down. So 1st down and 10 from 32 for Boswell. Juju looking. He's going to throw the screen to the left side. It's caught. That's Hummer. Hummers breaks a tackle, but this will likely be coming back for a hold. As a flag came in right before the tackle. And when you've got a bunch of linemen out blocking in the midfield, it's kind of tough to avoid the penalty. It was a good catch from Hummer. Yeah, there's that hold right there.
Right there at the 30.
So the Pioneers will bring it back.
What's funny on that, Peyton, is they threw that flag so high it entered the shot for our camera.
The officials showing off their arm strength tonight.
Yeah.
So we'll bring up a
1st
down and 20 now. 1st and 19, excuse me. After the penalty. Low snap. Juju looks. Throws across the middle. It's caught. Peyton Rhodes. Didn't get much, though. Out to the 37-yard line. We'll bring up a 2nd down and long. So Boswell trying to make something out of nothing with the passing game here, as the rushing attack to start the second half has been the same story as the first half. It's pretty non-existent. Throwing blitz, Juju under pressure is going to scramble. Juju trying to do it with his legs. He'll get a yard. No, back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. So third down and 15 coming up. Just good coverage down the field for the Panthers.
Juju definitely running with some confidence.
I think Juju is just a little frustrated. May have been a miscommunication with Lassiter for the picking up the blocks. Third down and 15 from the 37. 3 on the play clock. Juju looks just going to throw it up, and it's incomplete. That ball was intended for Liam Strzok.
Boy, that's a name we haven't called all season.
So they threw it up to Strzok. We'll see the replay here. They're like, yeah, we got a one-on-one. We're going to just throw it up to him. Tried to utilize that sideline. Good ball, just out of the hands.
Good effort by Strzok.
So fourth down and 15, and Boswell's going to go for it. Juju scrambling to his left, throws off balance. It's caught by Rhodes. He's going to be well short of the first down, though. I'll mark him down at the 27.
You know, again, I don't mind that at all.
No.
This is kind of the range where you might expect them to get a punt.
Yep.
So I like the call.
Yeah, that holding call really costed the Pioneers the rest of that drive there, as it set up a first down and 19 after a pretty good gain on the reception from Hummer. And the drive stalls out, so North Crowley will take over here with 7:29 to play in the first half. Fortier in the gun, fake handoff, throws it to the left. This one is caught, broken tackle. That's been their main target again.
Yeah, Marley Jones was there.
Demarion Hayes, top target tonight for North Crowley. He gets a gain of 9. Bring up a 2nd and 1. Hayes has probably 90% of their receptions and targets tonight. They'll hand it off to Ingram, who will get the first down and more out to the 47-yard line. So Ingram continuing his great game.
Yeah, nice burst of speed there. As soon as he feels a hand on him, he starts that spin, picks up the extra yards.
And we have a timeout on the field. Keith, can we get some scores from around the area?
Just pulling that up. So let's see. Obviously, on this one, it's 35-10. Halftime, Lake Ridge 35, Weatherford 25. Towards the end of the third quarter, Mansfield Legacy 21, Crowley 6. That's all they've been able to finish this game. First quarter. Just some other scores. Duncanville is 26, Mesquite Horn is 6. Saginaw Rough Riders 45, Northside 0.
Wow. Thanks for that, Keith. Checking on some scores from around the world. Getting ready to resume play here on first down and 10 for North Crowley. So first and 10. Fortier in the gun. Here's a handoff to Ingram. Good move, and Ingram is going to bounce out of it, and he just fell down. He fell down at the 32-yard line. That could have easily been 6. Another big gain as North Crowley will go on the ball quick.
On his vision.
Fouchier, fake handoff, throws it again. And there's a broken tackle for their main man, Demarion Hayes. This guy has just been all over the passing game.
Armani Jones there got him by the shoestring.
My word, Demarion Mays doing everything. Here's a fake handoff, and there's Mays again, now on the right side of the field.
Yeah, again, Armani Jones.
So Demarion Mays is now at 9 receptions on the night. And there's been 13 completions. So that just tells you who their main man is. 2nd down and 3. Here's a handoff. That's the backup running back, Jyrell Harris, who has a good gain inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. 1st down and goal for North Crowley. 5:23 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And they're putting together quite a good drive, trying to get their first points of the 2nd half. They're taking their time.
Just milking the clock.
Mays is up here at the top of your screen saying, "Can I get the play call?"
One-on-one on Morales.
Slouch here. Fake handoff. Here's a handoff to Ingram. Ingram bounces his way in. He's in. It's a touchdown for Ingram. Ingram is in yet again. And they now lead 41-10 and pending the extra point. Just a good drive there. Good rushing attack from Keontae Ingram.
Ooh.
And the PAT is off the goalpost.
Yeah, so it was a bad snap. Bad snap and hold. So, North Crowley,
Yep, instead of being up 32, they're only up 31. You never know what could happen.
It's a great opportunity.
oh,
So we're waiting on the kickoff here.
We're not allowed to win later as a non-blitz.
Sitting here 41-10 at Crowley ISD Stadium. Boswell a chance to try and get some more points here against a pretty stellar opponent in North Crowley. This one is booted away and fair caught at the 25-yard line, and that is where Boswell will take over on offer.
but it's not receiving with that upper board.
Yeah. This stadium can hold quite a bit. It's a good stadium. They host a lot of playoff games here.
NCAA.
Juju will throw it. This one is caught by Peyton Rhodes, and it'll be a 1st down.
Rhodes again on that slap. Out of the slot.
His first reception of the night.
I think he likes running through.
That was Reyes actually in the pass. So Tyler Reyes is actually in the game and not quarterback. Reyes hands it off, and Lassiter lost a lot.
It's a big black and blue wall.
They lost about 2 yards there. Reyes. 2nd and 12 coming up. Reyes will hand it off to Lassiter around the corner. And they'll bring it back to the original line of scrimmage again. Get about an extra yard, a gain of 3. Bring up a 3rd down and 9. Reyes got his first reception. I believe that was his first completion as well since the 40. A few weeks ago.
A lot of high hopes for Reyes here. There's the Lords.
Reyes under pressure. Reyes throws this one up, and it is a good thing that fell incomplete, as that could have been an easy pick 6. Not the best decision there for Tyler Reyes to throw that in, as he just threw it into the flat.
Yeah, I thought he was looking for St. James.
Boswell also some personnel changes, trying to get an extra man on special teams here. There's 5 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to take a timeout. We will as well here on Boswellsports.
Click, flash, the moment's gone, but with Sandy it still lives on. Jan Friday nights and birthday cake, go to weddings full of love we make. The senior smiles, friends so true, every shot is just for you. It's only you, just live it, she'll come through, capturing the moment so you don't have to. Sandy's Sandy's action photography, memories in Sandy's action photography, memories in motion. Click, flash, the moment's gone, but with Sandy it still lives on. Jan Friday nights and birthday cake.
Sandy's action photography is there to capture the moments you find dear. She is
So we're back out of the break here.
Lassiter did not score a touchdown.
Yeah, Lester did not score a touchdown. Boswell Pioneers just punted it away. And a good move by the return man for North Crowley. That's number 25, Braylon Cunningham. That's the freshman we talked about in the pregame. He's got 4 Division I offers. Big future ahead for him.
Douglas Cook, first time we called his name tonight, out there on special teams for Boswell.
And Braylon Cunningham, he's a guy to watch out for North Crowley over the next few years, and I bet the Pioneers are hoping that they're not in the same district, because he could be a guy to really watch out for over the next few years. We have a quarterback change for North Crowley and a running back change as well, as they'll hand it off. I believe that's Jarrell Harris, but looks like Boswell's going to come with a face mask here against the Pioneers.
Jarrell Smith with the carry. Flashes through to the right side for a big gain.
And that's DeMarcus Harris, who's in the game at quarterback as well.
I took the crowd out, but I'm
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 25, be a 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
So it is a face mask against the Pioneers, which will keep backing up Pioneer defense. We apologize for some of the sound issues happening here at the stadium. And Harris is going to throw this one deep in the corner of the end zone. It's caught, and it's a touchdown. A touchdown for North Crowley.
Touchdown!
That's Isaiah Smith on the reception.
Yep, 6'4" Isaiah Smith.
Boone Harris.
I've been trying to get him the ball
Smith
most of the evening.
on the left side for a touchdown.
And North Crowley now leads 47-10. Could be 48, pending the extra point. And this game looked like a little bit of an interesting one in the first quarter when Boswell
Extra point is
led at
good.
the conclusion of the
Bring our
quarter
score
3-0.
to Boswell.
But it
10,
has all
Crowley
been
48.
North Crowley the rest of the way. Pioneers did score a touchdown on the Chance Lassiter 76-yard
Parents,
touchdown reception.
Log on to next week's Mondays with Dr. McFarland Zoom sessions to learn more about Crowley ISD Crowley
remind
ISD's
you
approach
about
to
the
elevating student
Tuesday night
numeracy.
coaches show.
This will be your
Yes,
chance to have a
we
two-way discussion with
hold
our
that live
superintendent
at
and learn
Reds
how
Barbecue.
parents can support math education at home. We'll meet at noon and again at 6 p.m. on Monday, October 27th.
Yeah, that's what I was.
You can get all these details at the
That's what I
Crowley
was
ISD
understanding is
website.
that she'll be there.
We can't wait to see you
That's cool.
there
We'd love
at
to have
Mondays
come
with
out
Dr.
and
McFarland.
join us as we talk Pioneer football with Coach Wes Weaver. It'll be our last show of the season at Reds. Come out and join us. Great barbecue and football talk. Can't beat that.
North Crowley will kick this one away. It'll be fair caught at the 14-yard line for the Pioneers. So they'll take over.
Reyes kickoff is
at the
fair
25.
caught by number 1, Rhodes.
So it will be interesting to see here if Boswell will come back out with Juju or Tyler Reyes at quarterback.
I almost feel like
This may be the end of the night for Juju, just give him a little bit of a break. Save him for the next game. Tyler Reyes is in at quarterback. Chance Lassiter remains at the running back position. A group of receivers out to the right. Reyes throws. This one's caught by Rhodes. And he'll get a gain of about 1. Maybe 2.
Pass from Reyes is complete to number 1, Rhodes.
I think, maybe they should put Hummer in.
Tackle made by number 31.
Last year.
Yeah.
Put Reyes on in front of Reyes. Rhodes on the end. And see if they can't get Rhodes open.
Yeah. Be interesting to see because you can just move around Lassiter and put him really everywhere on the field. He's got the hands and the speed to do it. Reyes, bad snap, just dropped the ball. Reyes is going to use the busted play to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was close.
Escaped one there.
Keith, can we see a replay on that? I'd like to see the what happened on that snap here. Yeah, just a drop by Reyes. So unfortunately, a drop from Reyes leads to a loss of about 5, and will set up a 3rd down and 13 for Boswell. They've been in this 3rd down position in their own field really this entire second half. Reyes back to pass. Looks, going to throw this one up the Lassiter. It's just well out of reach and out of bounds. And it will bring up a 4th down now.
That pass from Reyes is incomplete. Intended for number 8.
So 4th down and 13 for the Pioneers. They'll bring on the punting unit.
4th down for your Panthers defense.
And the Panthers will come back out on offense after the punt. And the Pioneers get this one away. And it will bounce out. It looks like the Pioneer 49.
Punt is out of bounds.
Good field
No,
position.
no, they're going to move it up further than that to the 44. So the
Panthers
44
will take over at the 44-yard line
of Boswell, and that is where North Crowley will take over.
Good field position for the Panthers.
And the backup quarterback, DeMarcus Harris, will go back out there for North Crowley. And a new tailback with them. That's number 36, Cam Russell, the senior tailback, 5'7", 750 pounds. Must be nice for the Pioneers to see somebody their own size.
Yeah.
But they'll hand it off to him, and a good speed out of the gate.
Rebay there on the tackle.
His first carry, a gain of 9 for Cam Russell. Jim, Boswell is going to fall tonight. I mean, where do you see the Pioneers going the rest of the way this season with only a couple games left?
Well, they'll have another close one, I think, next week against the Weatherford Kangaroos.
Ingram picks up the first down.
Hanging in with a very much improved Mansfield Lake Ridge team.
By a whack,
so,
the Pioneers.
You know, that one
number
becomes really
35,
interesting.
Nate Gonzalez.
And then they finish up on the road against Lake Ridge.
Lake Ridge has been a team that we didn't expect this year.
Yeah.
Here's a handoff to Russell, and it's going to be a big loss.
Good job that time.
Good job by the Pioneers.
Good job. That was Noah Clarkson
Ingram with the run.
The tackle there for
Taken
the
down by
Pioneers.
number
So something interesting, guys. We have a little bit of a score update. Crowley has come back. It's 21-20 between Mansfield Legacy. If Crowley can pick up a win over Legacy, the Pioneers could be in for a potential, if they win the next 2 games, they could get into the playoffs.
And here's something else, Peyton, that's interesting too. Weatherford has closed the gap 42-39.
Wow. Things could get interesting tonight. We'll keep an eye on those 2 games. Here's a handoff to Russell, who gets the first down and more. All 5'7" of them out to the 19. A good run for Cam Russell. And, yeah, guys, I mean,
that's the end of the third quarter.
We're at the end of the third quarter. We'll stay here. I mean, we probably utilize this fourth quarter play to really talk about playoff scenarios, especially if Lake Ridge and Legacy fall tonight. It could make things very interesting, and Boswell wouldn't necessarily be out yet.
And Panthers Nation, we're going to the fourth quarter.
And then Peyton,
you know what time it is.
Oh, here we go.
It's time to
call your ride.
Get those phones out and call your ride. There, she's got her ride going. Maybe she's texting her ride. Oh, there we go. Calling her ride with the great hair.
If you guys could hear this, this is one of the greatest things about Crowley ISD Stadium.
There we go.
PA announcer here, time to call your ride.
Yep.
It's a signature.
Not sure which ride.
So this is a different guy, though.
It is a different guy.
This is not the guy that we had
go, gentlemen.
a couple of years ago. Really just beat the call your ride.
There we go. She's texting her ride.
There was a. It even got so bad. There was some people very upset because of how outrageous he was talking.
Yep,
just screaming from a PA announcer.
Still got to go home and call those rides.
So after this game, North Crowley will move to 4-0 in district. Mansfield is off tonight, so they're 3-1. Mansfield is about in, I think, into the playoffs. Lake Ridge, if they fall, they'll move to 2-2. Legacy will Legacy will move to 2-3 if they lose. And here's this pass. It's going to be well off the mark. It falls incomplete. There is a flag down. This could be a hold or a pass interference against the Pioneers.
That's intended for number 19, Aiden Whitmore.
So we'll talk a little bit more about these playoff scenarios. If Lake Ridge and Mansfield Legacy were to lose tonight. And we'll wait the call here on the field.
There is no foul. The ball was uncatchable.
All right, finally.
It would have been a pass interference, but the ball was well out of reach. So Mansfield Legacy currently plays. Here's an interesting one, fellas. They're currently playing against Crowley, right? If Legacy loses this game to Crowley, they sit at 2 wins. Their last game is Lake Ridge. There's a chance Legacy only has 2 wins on the year, and if the Pioneers were to beat Weatherford and beat Lake Ridge, they would be in the playoffs at 3 wins. So the season's not over yet, even with the loss tonight. And this one, great coverage.
Nice defense.
Good defense in the corner of the end zone by. Can we get the number? Can we get the number?
Yeah, that's Nathaniel.
Here's that play again.
That's just great defensive play in the
That
corner of the
pass
end
intended
zone.
for
I'm going to
number
be keeping an
19,
eye out and see if we could
Broken up
potentially
by
get a
number
game
2,
break
John Morales.
on any of those
Third
games
down,
because all of a sudden, Crowley winning against Legacy would make things a little bit interesting in the district. Here's a high snap as Harris will keep it on the ground. Good tackle.
33.
Yeah, that's Noah Carsons again.
High
Carsons
snap
has had a
filled by number
decent
15,
little game on defense.
Boone Harris. Tackled for no gain. It's fourth down.
I don't think I've. Wow, this is only the second time they've been more double digits in the fourth down yardage.
So North Crowley will kick a field goal.
Or try. It's going to bounce off the upright.
Well, they got to pick up that extra point.
They'll kick a field goal. This is actually their first field goal attempt of the night. So they're having look like some personnel changes. And the play clock's winding down, though.
There it is.
There should be a delay of game, so it is. Unless it was a timeout taken by North Crowley. Waiting the indication on the field. It looks like it was a timeout.
Oh, they got the timeout?
So they got the timeout off.
Delay game.
Oh, they call it
Be a
delay
5-yard
game.
penalty. Remains fourth down.
So they will back them up 5. But we'll keep the field goal unit on. This will be a bit of a long field goal here.
We're looking
I
at
believe
40?
I think they're going to put the
41
tee at
yards?
the 31-yard line. So it'll be a 41-yard field goal.
It's off the upright. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Long attempt here for North Crowley. Good snap, good hold. And it is no good. So it was wide left. It had the leg on it, but just pulled it left.
So it didn't hit the upright, but I was still,
Field goal attempt by number 40, Julian Perea, is no good.
So we're going to keep our eyes on those games over there.
Okay,
and if you think about this too, Jim.
So in high school,
stay up to date.
If Lake Ridge were to lose tonight,
Crowley IFD
Lake Ridge's games,
you can follow the district and
their remaining games are Legacy and Boswell. And if Lake Ridge were to lose next week to Legacy, then all of a sudden, Lake Ridge versus Boswell would be a chance for one of those teams to make the playoffs.
That's right.
If Boswell were to win next week against Weatherford.
So here's my question: in high school football, does the ball not get placed where it was kicked from?
It was. Yeah,
because they were on the 30. They kicked from the 31.
So the ball was he kicked it from the 31, but the ball was at the 26.
Right. So, but in the NFL and I think in college too, don't they put where it was kicked from?
No, where the ball was snapped. So the ball was snapped at the 26.
30, Anthony Hummer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Hummer got his. Is that his first carry of the night?
Second down.
Yeah, Hummer. Yeah, his first carry of the night.
Lassiter out.
Back to the
Lawrence
original
is
line
out.
of scrimmage. Yeah, everybody on both sides has their backups in. Here's a good run for Hummer. Getting some quality playing time out to the 30-yard line.
Hummer with the carry. Tackled by number 44.
And the Pioneers, I think, are just ready to get this one over with and stay healthy. And move on to Weatherford, which could be quite a big one, especially if those games over in Mansfield turn out in Boswell's favor.
And it's senior night.
Yeah, it is senior night as
Next
well.
Friday night.
Next Friday night.
They're at Paul R. Jacobs Field.
So go back to the scenarios in a bit. Reyes looks, throws across the middle. This one is caught.
Colton Coursey.
And Colton Coursey for the first down.
They're saying
And so, guys, if you look at how the standings are playing out, if Lake Ridge and Legacy were to win tonight and survive, they both move to 3 wins. All of a sudden, the Pioneers would need to hope Legacy wins next week against Lake Ridge because of the tiebreaker scenario. If the Boswell Pioneers were to get the 3 wins and Legacy were to get 3 wins, it doesn't matter. They wouldn't get in. Here's a pass. It's incomplete. Just a little behind Peyton Rhodes.
I just updated my scores. I've got Crowley's now beating Legacy 23-21.
That's big. That is big. So Crowley being up on Legacy all of a sudden could make things really interesting because if Legacy were to fall to Lake Ridge next week, they sit at 2 wins.
And there's a very good chance that they will.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden that final game for the Pioneers, if they were to beat Weatherford next week, that final game against Lake Ridge could be for a playoff spot. So Reyes throws across the middle and it's dropped. It was
That's
dropped.
Colton Coursey.
Yeah, Colton Coursey with a drop, and yeah,
A little bit behind him.
A little bit behind him. That's looked like it was a catchable ball, though.
So, and it's interesting because now you've got Weatherford, who is playing a little bit better.
Yep.
And I tell you what, this is high drama going in.
And I mean, shoot, if you look at Crowley wins tonight. They sit at 2 wins. All of a sudden, their playoff hopes could still be alive. Now, mind you, we'll pull up Crowley's schedule. It's not pretty, as Reyes will keep it on the ground and loses 2, and we'll set up a 4th down. So Crowley, sorry guys, their season's over. They're not going to win next week. They're playing against, or they're not going to win their next game. They're playing against North Crowley in 2 weeks. So Crowley's doing a little bit too little, too late, but they're helping out the Pioneers. So let's go Eagles, helping out the Pioneers here. And I know Crowley's looking back on that loss at Pioneer Stadium thinking that was our season right there. So Boswell bringing out the punting unit with 8:37 to play. And we're all kind of hoping up here that Crowley can hold on to defeat Legacy as this punt is away. It's a good punt here. Real good punt. They'll take over at the 28. We'll stay here. North Crowley leads 48-10 over the Pioneers.
The Panthers' 28-yard line.
We'll keep our eyes over
now, ladies and gentlemen,
at both Mansfield stadiums. Gonna even check over here to see if we can get a game break at all at one of those games. Will be a 1st down coming up for North Crowley. Back to pass was Harris. Throws, and that one was caught.
Wow, nice catch.
He just stuck a hand out and was able to reel it in. That was the tight end. That was the tight end, Jaden Shaw, he's been kind of sneaky tonight, having himself a good performance. 2nd and 5 coming up. Here's a handoff to Russell. Russell breaks. Oh my goodness. He reversed field, broke tackles, and showing off the speed. Russell at the 20, the 15, broke a tackle. He's in. What a run from Cam Russell, the senior tailback. 5'7". I don't know how he got out of that pile. He just came out of nowhere, reverse field. You see him on the video board. He's not a big kid, but he's got crazy good speed. And he gets into the end zone for another North Crowley touchdown.
So long.
Yeah, another long play that isn't even going to fit in our replay.
Kind of reminds you of Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah, he does. Got a lot of speed, not the tallest guy. And interesting enough, guys, we do have the ability to tap into a game in Legacy. They are broadcasting that one over there. We got 7:37 left.
Yeah, Keith would have to find the URL.
See if oh no, sorry guys, that's NFHS. They're moving everything over there.
Yep. Yeah, it was nice whenever we had all the homegrown broadcasts like what we have here.
Everybody's moving away from it, but we're still trucking along here. Boswellsports. Weatherford may have theirs though. We'll take a look over at theirs. They're playing Lake Ridge tonight. That game's a tight one still, Keith. 42-39, I believe.
It's funny, there's only going on in the state. 15 minutes left.
Oh yeah, unless they had a 7:30 kick. Oh, I got the game here. So Weatherford, 42-39. Oh, you know what, guys? I can
Yeah.
game break it into this phone.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Let me. I'm gonna set that up, Jim. If you want to just talk Roy a little bit through, as this one.
Oh, yeah, North Crowley will just kick it through the end zone, and the Pioneers will take over at the 25.
There's that familiar
Like
voice.
get something.
Placed at the 30-yard line.
Oh, okay, so there was a penalty,
Yeah, the kick went out of bounds there.
and so the Pioneers will get an extra 5 and start this drive at the 30. Would love to see them put some more points on the board.
Yeah, these guys, they've really shown no quit tonight, Jim. They've really played all 4 quarters. Even the backups, who probably didn't even think that they were going to get some time tonight.
But it was all set up by that first quarter.
Yeah, that first.
Where they kept Crowley off the board. North Crowley didn't set first points until a couple minutes into the 7th.
Ray is in the gun here. And sorry to update you boys. A touchdown for Lake Ridge makes it a 40. And there's a pick.
Oh,
Reyes has thrown a pick
Pick
six on the screen. And it's a touchdown for North Crowley. And another touchdown for Lake Ridge. So it's now 55-39. That game is over with. Don't know what happened over there in Mansfield. But 2 quick scores.
Something like this right here.
Yeah, it could have been that. That's pretty unfortunate. Lake Ridge will move to 3 wins on the year, and that likely gets them in to the playoffs.
So then it's a fight for number 4.
Yeah, then it's a fight for number 4, and really it's scoreboard watching the rest of the way for Legacy because there's nothing else that they can do besides try and go win next week against Lake Ridge and seal their spot, or if they win tonight against Crowley. But as we mentioned, Crowley leads Mansfield Legacy 23-21. And look, I'll be happy for the Pioneers if Crowley can pull this one off, but for my pick'em, I'll be very upset. And we've got another score update. Crowley scored a touchdown, 30-21. They have a 9-point lead with 4 minutes left, and it looks like the Crowley Eagles are going to upset Mansfield Legacy on a big. Pioneers are going to lose big tonight, but their playoff hopes remain.
Well, you know, going into that game, I really thought that Crowley would match up well against them.
Yeah.
Again, even though the Pioneers lost to them 3 weeks ago, I really thought they gave that game away.
Yeah, I did too. And I think really the 2 games that the Pioneers have lost so far in district to Mansfield and Legacy, they're 2 winnable games. And all of these teams, really everybody outside of North Crowley, there's been a few games where teams have played each other close. So you look at that Weatherford game, we thought a few weeks ago it was going to be, you know, an easy one for the Pioneers. We thought, and here's a good return from Peyton Rhodes. Rhodes got blockers upfield. Rhodes with 1 man to beat. Rhodes down the sideline. He's going to get caught, I think, though. It brought down inside the 15. What a return for Peyton Rhodes. They're still playing football out here, Jim. So a good return there, but like I said, a few weeks ago, we thought that Weatherford was going to be a cupcake matchup for the Pioneers, but then they showed over the last few weeks their improvement as a team. And they're playing some tight games now.
It'll be a big one next week.
It is going to be a big one. And look, Boswell now really controls their destiny. However way you want to split it, you know, that Legacy game next week against Lake Ridge, it could be a tight one. But we expect Lake Ridge to win that one. If Lake Ridge wins that one, Boswell beats Weatherford. Boswell holds the cards. All they have to do is beat Lake Ridge, which is a tall task.
Yeah.
We all know that's a tall task, but we're looking at this Lake Ridge game. It's going to end up in a final score of you know, a 2 or 3 possession win for Lake Ridge. But we've seen the score. It really wasn't that big of a deficit. It was more of a close game, and there's a false start here.
Oh, there we go. Brett's Barbecue Red Zone for the Pioneers.
For the first time tonight.
First time tonight.
Crazy to say that considering they even have 10 points. It is a full start against Boswell, but yeah, Jim, I mean, I think the good thing for Boswell is, and probably what Coach Weaver is going to be able to tell his team heading into, it is a full start, but heading into next week, or actually tonight, they're going to be able to know that what happened over there with Legacy losing, this is a good opportunity to tell the kids, say, hey, this fight's not over yet. Even though they did not pull off the upset tonight, you get 2 wins, you likely get in.
Reyes
keeps it. Reyes is going to get in. It's a touchdown for Tyler Reyes on the read option. And I hear whistles.
I see a flag.
And this one may be coming back. Oh, wait. No, this should be going against North Crowley. It is. They'll decline it.
Yep.
So another touchdown for Boswell.
All right.
Pioneers get into the end zone for the second time tonight. And they'll make it a 62-16 game. Potentially 17, awaiting the extra point.
I didn't have a graphic for Reyes.
Wasn't expecting him.
Oh, wait, hold on. But you got that.
There we go.
There we go, the Texas boss.
I forgot about that one.
The Pioneers will kick the PAT here. It's Ben Perez and Peyton Rhodes holding. The PAT is good. Hey, diddle, right down the middle. 6:56 to play.
All right, so Boswell got to the 17.
And yeah, I mean, we're still keeping tabs over there at Mansfield, and Crowley's going to win that game, it looks like. Boswell gets some help. We'll be able to look at some of how the district kind of lays out at the end of this one. As we mentioned, Boswell versus Weatherford becomes very big next week for the Pioneers and their path to make the playoffs. It's a 2-game path. Win next week, win the week after, you're probably in. Who would have thought?
That's crazy.
Who would have thought? It seemed like the
I just want to point out my prediction, my score. It's within reach. No, because I said 63-27.
Oh yeah, it is in reach. It is in reach. And Boswell actually may, since there's a penalty here, Jim, they may kick an onside here just because of the spot of the field here. You got that penalty.
What was it? I mean, that's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it is a 15-yard penalty. You usually see teams do this. They'll usually kick an onside because you really got nothing to lose. The ball's going to be in their side of the field no matter what.
Yeah, if it goes 10 yards, it's at the 35.
Just don't hit anybody before it happens. And they fall on it. The onside will not be recovered. By Boswell, North Crowley will take over.
So you guys, Jim and Peyton, have got some love in the chat room. Love the commentary between you two. What it says, what a dynamic duo.
I love the new color commentator.
There you go.
I've been here 20 years.
First down for North Crowley. And Weatherford scored again. That is a barn burner over there. 56-46. And this one's deep down the field, and it's caught.
Yeah.
First down, touchdown, North Crowley. Another one. That high potent offense, even the backups can go get it done.
Well, that dude was fast.
Yeah, that was Powell on the coverage for the Pioneers, just bit on the pump.
For the touchdown, Panthers.
And North Crowley, after this one tonight, will remain undefeated in 3-6A. And North Crowley only has 2 games left on their schedule. They'll head to Mansfield next week. That'll be another win for them. And then they face their crosstown rival back here on November 6th in Crowley, but that'll also be a big-time win for the Panthers, and they'll go to 9-1 on the season after that. Crowley, as we mentioned, will only have 1 more game after tonight. They have a bye next week, and a little bit too little, too late for them. But they're helping out the Pioneers cause. I've heard that they're good friends with the Boswell Pioneers. So they're like, yeah, we got you guys tonight. We'll pull off the upset of Mansfield Legacy for you. It's an upset indeed. And gives the Boswell Pioneers, Jim, I mean, last week or 2 weeks ago, it seemed like Boswell's chances of making the playoffs were probably more in that 25% range to make it. I think after tonight, even despite the loss, those chances have kind of risen a little bit.
Well, the parity in this district is not like what we've seen anytime in the recent past.
Anything can happen every week in this district if you're not named North Crowley, it seems like.
Yeah.
And this one's fair caught. Boswell will take over at the 25-yard line. They're going to get the ball back pretty quickly for that one-play touchdown.
So, I kind of got to wonder, does the PA announcer hate doing North Crowley games? I don't know if I like what's going on. Another one.
Yeah, there's a lot of games like this at Crowley ISD Stadium that the Panthers play in. But these things could change, though. There is rumors that Alito will move up to 6A next season, and then all of a sudden, the easy district that North Crowley has will not be easy anymore, but something to keep your eyes on. Alito's district winning streak could be in jeopardy if they were to go into a district with North Crowley. And that is serious. North Crowley is a team that I think could probably get it done against Alito. They've got the squad and the coaching staff and the program to do it.
North Crowley, South Lake.
Yeah.
Duncanville, DeSoto.
There's a lot that can happen. The next few months are going to be interesting, I'd say, whenever we see new district lines get drawn, wherever Boswell goes, wherever North Crowley goes. But if Alito moves to 6A, North Crowley is going to be in the same district as them. That is 100% guaranteed. Rays will keep it on the ground on the read option, get a couple.
Then wasn't it last week Coach Ab said that the 31st the first time you can submit?
Yeah, so the 31st everybody will be able to submit their snapshot numbers. But then we won't hear districts until February.
Right.
But everybody will have an understanding by about November, December what classification they'll be in. So we'll be able to hear where Alito's at in a few weeks. But we won't know their district until February. But there's all indications that we're seeing. There's a good run by Hummer. And I'll be honest, I just got a message from somebody that I know, and they said Alito will be 6A. So
yeah, that's been a rumor.
It's been a rumor, and this guy that I just spoke to, I'm very trustworthy. So
unless they can build another high school that includes
it's funny. They're trying to build another high school. That's the thing. They're trying to get a second high school over there in Alito. I've talked to Nolan Ruth, who's he's very big in the Alito community. That's kind of their plan, is to try and avoid the 6A level, but I think they're going to be too little too late on that. Here's a good run for Reyes. He's going to get the first down. Out to the 50-yard line.
I think he should have stayed outside for a little bit more instead of cutting it back in.
So 4 minutes to play here.
I'm just a confused guy.
69-17 game. We actually have a new running back in the game, Armani Jones in the game for Boswell.
Yeah, who normally starts on defense for Boswell.
This is the 4th string tailback. We're seeing some action. We've seen him get a few carries this year at running back. Here's a hand off to Jones. It's a good run. Showed off some nice speed there.
I like his energy.
Yeah, I do too. He's
like I say, he plays on defense back there in the secondary, and
he's
the kid, he's got a motor.
high motor, and look, he's only a sophomore, so he's going to be the guy that I think once he's a senior, he's going to be a guy that's going to be getting a lot of opportunities.
He's going to complement Jace Richardson next year.
Shoot, Lassiter will be back as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lassiter's back.
Yeah, you look at this Pioneer roster up and down. Very few seniors.
All four of their running backs are juniors or a sophomore, which is crazy. What just happened? Can we get a replay on that, Keith?
Spike the football.
I don't know what just happened.
Was it maybe?
You got the replay?
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, here's the replay. It looked like he spiked it. Here's the replay, Jim.
Oh, I see why. Because the clock.
I don't know about that. I don't know. There must have been a miscommunication there. So here we go, 3rd down and 3. Reyes will hand it off to Hummer, who will get a yard. And we'll set up a 4th down and 2. This may be the last play before the 2-minute timeout. Boswell offense will stay out there. We'll have to get a 1st down if they want to keep their offense out there tonight, and they'll just move over to the sideline for the 2-minute timeout, and we will move over to commercials as well.
Pioneer Sports, extra tales of great Boswell's never rock and roll. Pioneer Sports, extra tales of great Boswellsports never gonna quit. Coach Weaver's war echoes in our soul, chasing glory, now we're rock and roll. Pioneer Sports, extra tales of great Boswellsports never gonna quit. Coach Weaver's war echoes in our soul, chasing glory, now we're rock and roll.
So we're back out of the break here. Boswell trails, 69-17 with 1:56 left. I don't know how the clock is running for them, but hand it off. And we'll be short of the 1st down. That will do it for the Boswell offense tonight. 1:45 left. This will probably just be a few kneel outs for North Crowley. A big news update. Crowley has defeated Mansfield Legacy 30-21. So Mansfield Legacy will sit at 2 wins remaining, or 2 wins in district, with 1 game left against Lake Ridge, which is next week. If they lose, they will only have 2 wins on the season in district play.
Legacy's bye is the last week of the season?
Yep.
Wow.
The Pioneers have 1 district win, but 2 games left. So if the Boswell Pioneers win next week against Weatherford and defeat Lake Ridge, they will book their ticket into the playoffs, which is crazy. So thank you, Crowley, for giving the Pioneers some hope.
So basically 3 wins.
Yep. 3 wins will get Boswell in. And there's a world, Jim, where Legacy can get in with 2 wins.
Got a flag on the play. Face mask. Defense.
It just shows holding is on the offense. But yeah, Jim, it just shows you when you get into these districts with not a lot of teams, there can be teams that get in with some very few wins.
Yeah, for years it was 4 wins.
Yeah.
You had to get to 4.
Yep. Now you get into these smaller districts. I mean, a below 500 team is almost a given to get into the playoffs.
Now, what does it look like for the Pioneers if they get in the first
So
round.
that's the worrisome thing, and that's one where we'll have to. I'll dig some numbers next week because it's not just they're last, they'll face the 1 seed in district. I believe it's 4-6A, I believe, or
Yeah, so the potential is for either South Lake or Byron Wells.
yeah, it's all based on enrollment size. So even if, say, the leading team in that district has X amount of students, it doesn't mean that just because they're in first in the district doesn't mean they'll face the last place team in the opposing district, just like you'd see in 1A through 5A. As North Crowley will kneel this, they'll have to kneel it one more time to do it for this one. And we'll actually take a look over at that district.
Calling it?
I think they are going to call. I think they're matched up the play clock with the game clock. And right before we get to the halftime or to the post game show, Jim, here's an update on the teams in that district. South Lake Carroll is in first. Trinity is in second. Oh no, excuse me. Whoa.
What is that? Trains were getting
Sorry, guys, that is 2024. I keep getting 2024 numbers. We'll go back to that in a little bit. But that'll do it for this one as North Crowley wins 69-17 over the Boswell Pioneers. We'll take a quick break here on Boswell Sports.
Pioneer Sports, extra tales of great Boswell's never rock and roll. Pioneer Sports, extra tales of great Boswellsports never gonna
If you're a
quit.
fan of classic rock and tired of hearing the same old songs over and over, you need to tune in to the zoo.net. Thousands of songs in the library. Radio like it used to be. Radio as it should be. It's on the internet 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, and it's free. The best classic rock of all time. It's the zoo.net.
The internet's best classic rock. The Zoo.
All right, welcome back to Boswell Sports, where the final score is North Crowley 69, Boswell Pioneers 17. And man, guys, this game at times showed a little bit of promise.
Yeah.
Pioneers got out to a 3-0 lead in the first quarter, and but after that, in the second quarter, North Crowley came alive, scored 28 points, and it was all North Crowley from there. Pioneers had, a little bit glimmer of shine, as it were, there in the third and fourth quarter, and able to put up 17 on North Crowley. But we talked about it all through the second half. Peyton, this team still got some hope, still got some fire. They played hard in this one tonight, and so next week could be really, really exciting.
It could be really exciting because, like we mentioned, all of a sudden, with Legacy's loss tonight to Crowley, the road for the Boswell Pioneers, it's kind of opened up a little bit for their playoff hopes. Heading into this one, I think their chances of making the playoffs were probably like 25%. And look, now it's probably about a 37% chance to make the playoffs. And, if they win next week against Weatherford, then it's 50-50. You head into Lake Ridge and just have to win.
And here's something interesting. The score when Lake Ridge played North Crowley a few weeks ago, North Crowley won 62-17.
Interesting.
So there's some parity in score there in the scoring there, but so far 17 points has been the most that has been scored in district
North Crowley.
Against North Crowley.
Something to hang your hat on.
Yeah. One of those, what do they call those, moral victories?
One of those.
So let's talk about the positives of this game and the players of the game, Peyton.
Yeah, Jim. I think the biggest one I think for for Boswell was all 4 quarters they really fought. There was no giving up, I don't think, even with their backups that came in. I feel like Boswell played you know, it's hard to really gauge because this is just such a tough opponent. But I feel like they came out really really motivated to start the game. Leading a team like this 3-0 at the end of the first quarter just shows that this team's got fight in them and they can they can battle a little bit. But yeah, I still think that there's a few things that they need to work on. I thought Juju played pretty well whenever he threw the football tonight. There was a few kind of errors from both himself and the receivers in terms of drops, which I think they're going to need to clean up, especially when they get into these tight games against Weatherford and Lake Ridge in the next 2 weeks. But overall, when Jace Richardson returns, this offense I think is going to be able to pick up right where they've left off and continue their high-powered attack in both the run game and the passing game. And look at that three-headed monster of Juju, Chance Lassiter, and Jace Richardson the next 2 games.
And when you throw in Armani Jones too,
It's going to be critical, I think. It's going to be critical the next 2 weeks and the next 2 games. And you hear Coach Weaver over there, I guarantee you that's already been murmured that Crowley won tonight. And he's probably telling these guys, this thing is not over yet. We've got 2 wins we got to go get, and we're into the playoffs.
So, Peyton, do you have any stats? Do we have any stats available for?
Yes, we do. We do. We can get that real quick. So tonight the Pioneers had 266 total yards of offense with 181 coming through the air and 85 yards on the ground. Juju Lords finished with 161 yards passing, 6 of 16. Tyler Reyes 3 of 8 with 20 yards. And the rushing attack, Tyler Reyes actually led the team in rushing with 6 carries of 32 yards and a touchdown. Juju 7 carries of 21 yards, which the 2 quarterbacks led the team in rushing. Anthony Hummer also finished as the 3rd rusher with 6 carries of 19 yards. So the 3rd string running back goes for the 3rd most yards, and Armani Jones finishes ahead of Chance Lassiter for 1 carry of 7 yards. And Chance Lassiter, who again, this is not anything against his running ability. He was just keyed on all night. 16 carries of 6 yards. So he'll be able to come back, I think, next game and play well. But North Crowley, 651 total yards of offense, 257 yards through the air. And this is the big number, 394 yards on the ground. And that was all led by the rushing attack of Keontae Ingram. Keontae Ingram had 213 yards on the ground tonight. And with that number, he has now eclipsed over 1,000 yards on the year as he entered tonight's game with 790 yards on the ground. So he's now sits at 1,003 yards on the season. He also had 4 touchdowns tonight. So 14 touchdowns on the year for him. And then his counterpart, Jyrell Smith, who continued his just great yards per carry, 8 carries, 71 yards with a touchdown.
Wow. Thanks for those stats, Peyton. Peyton, phenomenal job tonight on the call. And so who was your defensive player of the game for the Boswell Panthers?
Yeah, I think defensively this is a bit of a tough one, but I feel like the secondary played pretty well tonight in the opportunities that were given. Isidore played a pretty good game. At linebacker, Mally Peters had a really good game as well. But I think I got to give this one to Armani Jones, I thought Armani Jones had a really good game at the defensive back position and even had a good run at the end of the game as well. And look, there's a lot of positive defensively that I think these guys can really take from, especially in the secondary. And yeah, I think that's my defensive player of the game. Offensive player of the game, it's a little bit of a tough one, just because of kind of everything that was happening across the board. But I guess I'm gonna give it to Tyler Reyes. I feel like he came in and played pretty well in the second half, but I think offensively there's a few things that they're gonna need to really clean up, I think, over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Keith, what about you?
Defensively, I'm gonna have to go Karsten.
Carson's? Mm-hmm.
Called his name quite a bit for the change. And then offensively, just pick one. I mean, because they were all just about the same. I mean, the playmakers. uh, I really got to think to the offensive line for one to make those holes against a pretty stout defensive line of North Crowley.
So for me, defensively, I think I have to go with Isidore. I think he had a really good first half, and they picked on him quite a bit. And I think he came up big at times. Uh, on offense, I pretty much have to give it to Juju. I think Juju was the one bright spot in the offense when they did get him going, and I'd like to see them use him more and try to take some of the heat off of last year. I thought that the Pioneer offense got really one-dimensional, and when you've got a football team like North Crowley, who is so good and able to overcome so many mistakes, if you go one-dimensional against them, it doesn't work out
No.
very well in your favor.
I do have an update also when it comes to enrollment size. I just threw this all together very quickly and looked at all what each school has in terms of 3-6A to 4-6A. So if Boswell were to make the playoffs, which their only hope now would likely be that fourth spot, they would be in Division 2 based on how the enrollment size kind of pan out. They only have 2,500 students versus the 2,700 plus in the other teams in the district. So they'd go Division 2. Division 1 or Division 2 over on that side actually is not LD Bell or Trinity. They've got the most kids in their schools. It would actually be South Lake Carroll. So South Lake Carroll would be the Pioneers'
that is a
opponent.
very rough draw
And
in
then
the first round of the playoffs.
and one final note. That's the final. The score is final. Lake Ridge 63, Weatherford 46.
Wow.
Yeah, so the district's wide open now. I mean, Boswell sits at 1 district win. Legacy has 2 district wins. If Legacy beats Lake Ridge next week, which they're not going to be favored, if they were to win, they're in the playoffs. If not, then they sit at home, depending on if Boswell beats Weatherford next week, hoping and praying that Lake Ridge defeats the Pioneers, or their playoff hopes are over.
Wow.
So we could be in for a crazy one the next 2
Could
weeks.
be a crazy finish going down the stretch here. Want to remind you that we will have the coaches show on Tuesday night. They're live from Red's Barbecue. We talked to Coach Wes Weaver about this one and get his thoughts on this game. And then, like Peyton said, next week, big, huge for the Boswell Pioneers as they face the Weatherford Kangaroos that come to town. We'll talk about that game as well. And then, of course, we will invite a student athlete to join us. And we've had some good ones this year. We had a real good one last week in Ola Uribe, good kid, kind of the spirit leader of this Boswell football team. And so we invite you to come out. We have some other people that are going to come out and join us on Tuesday night. Love to see you there as well. And enjoy some great barbecue there at Red's at 7335 Boat Club Road. And then we will do it again Friday night at the Bos. It'll be the last home game. It'll be senior night for the Pioneers, and
It'll be your last home game ever, Jim.
This will be my last home game ever. As I'm going to hang up the microphone, and so would love for you guys to come out and cheer on the Pioneers and give them that positive energy they need as they try to stay alive for their postseason hopes. Pregame will be at 6:30, and then kickoff is at 7, unless.
Yeah, you never know.
Unless, kind of like this week, if storms threaten on Friday night, they could move the game to another day. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But that'll do it for this one here tonight. The Boswell Pioneers fall to the defending state champion North Crowley Panthers, 69-17. And for Peyton Peterson and Keith Diamond, I'm Jim Howard saying good night from Crowley Stadium.
Hold on. You forgot one.
Oh, and of course, the lovely Mrs. Howard.
There you go.
Who will have those pictures for you on the website this weekend. And that'll do it for us here at North Crowley Stadium, or might as well be North Crowley Stadium, but
They own the house now.
the multi-purpose stadium. Until next week, this is Jim Howard saying good night and go Boz.
Go Boz.
Go Boz.
Whoa, hey, whoa, hey, whoa, hey, whoa. Under the lights, where the warriors ride. Friday night fire, feel the pioneer pride. From the first down fight to the final bell. Where Boswell born, you know the name well. It's Football Friday night. For the brand we stand, we fight. With the blue and gold, side by side, we bleed pioneer pride.
In between ball games, Pioneers are going to walk out of here.
From snap to sack, from pass to run, we bring the heat till the battle's won. In the trenches or the open field, we play for the brand. We never yield. Jim Howard's call brings the game to life. Peyton P with the inside cutting like a knife. Keith Demon breaks it down, tells you what's in store. Boswell's belts on the mic, who could ask for more? It's Football Friday night. With the heart, the grit, the might. Boswell Pioneers take flight. We play for the brand all day, all night. Slobber Friday night.